intervened on behalf of...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Inspire Pro Wrestling 5, Light the Feud! Alright, let's get this show started. First thing we want to do, I'd like to introduce you to your Inspire Pro Champion, one man, Mike Dev. Yes. One bad game doesn't take away from a beautiful season. Shut up. Oh, well, as you can see, this brand new Inspire Pro Championship has never looked so good. Being around this gorgeous waist, ladies and gentlemen. And I know we got a lot of defectors, you know, making their way, getting in my business. What was it? I was celebrating for like 2 minutes, and a couple of jackasses decided to jump me. One of them was the #1 contender for a state title. He already had a damn title shot. What was the point? What was the point? Excuse me, ma'am. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. I said they hate. I heard it. Gotta love audience participation, ladies and gentlemen. But I understand jealousy. I mean, God, look at me. Ladies, I know you already are looking. Goomsa guys, I'm sure you're looking too. I just don't, nothing wrong with that, I just don't go with. But, point being, one man, Mike Tower, is your Inspire Pro Champion, and that ain't gonna change tonight or any other night. I will still be the best looking champion. Well, I will always say, even after my days are gone, but no one's coming close to this. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, you know it. You know. James, always a pleasure to see you. It's a pleasure to see you the last time we were out. It was good to see someone at my back. And it was always great to see you in this ring. What's up, buddy?
I just want you to know, and anybody that's watched Texas wrestling over the last 15 years knows that we've squared off 2 or 3 times, 15, 27, whatever. We fought a lot in this ring, and as funny as this business is it's caused us to become, you're one of my best friends in the world. Love you, Matty. Yeah, y'all can go ahead. I'm kind of buzzed, so yeah, I'm a little emotional from the whiskey. But I just want you to know, I've got your back, through and through. I'm here for you. Anybody that wants to come out here and has problems with you, they got problems with me too.
Well, you know, one of the shows I was here, I guess someone had a problem with me. I don't know, I just had a grueling match with Mr. Ray Rowe. Ray Rowe L2. Phenomenal match. Whatever, came up short. But this person had to come out and run his mouth a wee bit for some reason. And it's not like, I don't know, maybe this is the odd eye to me. I have nothing against the guy. I actually think he's a great talent. Wouldn't mind having him on my side either. But what are you going to do? There's people like that all over the place, James. And that's why you're a marked man when you wear this title. And I would. Mr. Ricky Starks, everybody. I don't know why you're out here, but I don't mind giving you a mic. Go for it.
I know. Our Suck or our Starks? Okay, thank you. Now, the thing is this. I'm not out here to be against you guys, because quite honestly, even though I may have said some things in the past, obviously it's worked out in your favor. You are the champion. And let me be the first one to congratulate you on that, okay? Listen, buddy, you're not gonna get to me today because I'm on cloud 9. So if you're looking for old Ricky Starks, just wait later on the show when I come out here fired up. You got me? Now, you, my friend, I respect you, Booker, man. I do, okay? I like you a lot. Both of you guys, actually. But I know you guys, you're trying to rally up the troops here because of what happened with Franco and Matt, and I get that. I'm all for it. But me personally, I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. I march the wrong beat. I heard the song. Now, I respect you enough to know that if you never need me, you ever need me, I'm always back there. And I always got your back, but I can't be on the same team as someone who has something that I want. Talking about this belt right here. Now, I'm not trying to be disrespectful here. I'm just saying I don't really like to fall in line for things.
Okay, that escalated quickly, huh? Okay, who's ready for some pro wrestling? Let me rephrase that. Who here loves professional wrestling? Texas wrestling. All right, our first match is scheduled for one fall.
presents Light the Fuse, and I have the pleasure of being joined this evening by the one and only chairman of Inspire Pro Wrestling, Greg Simons, as we're kicking things off hot. Ray Death Row one-on-one with Robert Evans, finally, after all this time, after the time between Robert Evans' entrance, for that matter.
Thank you, Mr. Raymond Patton. And yes, indeed, what a way to light the fuse.
Pun intended.
Definitely intended. Every pun is intended, Eamon.
This is a match that I think a lot of Texas wrestling fans are definitely intrigued to see. Not only because of the caliber of athletes that these two men are, but both the clash of styles. A lot of people, if you've seen our Ecstasy of Gold event from last January, the amazing encounter between Ray Death Row and Chris Hero, a match that I would say is a match that put Ray Rowe on the map here in Texas, if not the entire world.
Definitely one of the top three that I've seen all time live and in person.
And Robert Evans finally making, and Ray making sure he gets into that ring and taking a powder again. Robert Evans sporting a bit new gear here tonight, a little trim on the neck. And now Ray Rowe just putting the chase into Robert Evans. He's done playing around.
You know, Robert Evans' entrance shows no lack at all of confidence, but right now, he's backtracking a little bit, so to speak.
All the way throughout the Marquesa Theater, he's trying to find any which way to get out, but Robert able to nail a shot to the gut, but not only that shot to the side of Robert Evans' head, but that fall Robert took on the floor.
There is no padding on that floor. That
Absolutely
is concrete.
not. And this is an environment Ray Rowe is definitely comfortable. Oh, God!
Did you hear that, Eamon?
That just rippled, the sound of it rippling off the Marquesa Hall and Theater. And another shot right to the side of the head. And this is, like I said, this is the environment that Ray Rowe thrives in, this brawling, especially outside the ring. So Robert Evans, I think, taking those powders to the outside may have cost him.
You know, definitely, if this thing stays a brawl, Robert Evans is at a disadvantage, but...
Oh, wait a minute. Ray Rowe, what's he going for here? Oh! Boots him right in the shoulder, and Robert Evans just took a tumble.
This crowd is solidly behind Mr. Rowe.
A lot of these people were here last month and saw Ray's performance. I mean, if that wasn't an inspiring performance, if that wasn't something that got you behind Ray Rowe, made you a fan of him, I don't know what was. But now Robert Evans able to get his first shot in, but Ray Rowe able to block that. Ooh! And just sending Robert head careening off of the apron. Now, Robert Evans, last time he was here in Inspire, had an amazing contest of his own against JoJo Bravo. Definitely one of the top matches that we've had so far here in Inspire Pro. But, you know, Robert Evans showed a very interesting side of him, his dastardly side, his ability to deceive not just JoJo Bravo in that match, but the entire Inspire Pro audience.
I think cunning is an appropriate word here.
Absolutely. Very cunning, and that's really, I think, what Robert needs to, use over Ray Rowe. He doesn't have the strength advantage. He doesn't have the power advantage. Neither, Ray Rowe, amazing striker, amazing submission artist. He's the full package. So Robert really needs to use that ability to trick people and to, catch them off guard to his advantage if he wants to get the victory over Ray Rowe.
Yeah, and as great as Robert Evans is, it sounds crazy to say that he has to come up with cunning to defeat his opponent, but look who he's in the ring with.
Just the pure, unadulterated strength of Ray Rowe. The ability to just balance Robert like that.
I say 21. What do you take, Eamon?
Well, we just passed 21. If I know Ray Rowe, he's going to try to even go to 100. I wouldn't doubt that at all. He's almost getting there. He's about halfway almost. All the blood rushing to the head of Robert Evans.
That's an understatement, Eamon. There's none on his feet, that's for sure.
Wait. Oh! The extra elevation of going to that bottom buckle. And, Ray Rowe, though, with a very cocky cover, though. I don't know about
You know, it was. And right now he may be brimming with a little bit of overconfidence himself.
You know, that win over Chris Hero, not just holding your own against Chris Hero, but getting a win over him has to be a big confidence boost. And Robert Evans, losing to JoJo Bravo back in October, he wants to pick up a win here badly. I mean, wins and losses are what determines your path and your career, you know, in any wrestling promotion. But Ray,
Belly to belly, over the
belly
head.
to belly
Wow.
suplex. I've mentioned it before, but Ray Rowe may be one of the strongest men in the state of Texas. Oh, went for those double knees, but Robert Evans able to move out of the way. He needs to evade, definitely, in this kind of contest. A drop kick right to the back.
I've been in the ring with Robert Evans. As a matter of fact, he trained me, and you're going to see him flip the switch right here. He's switching gears, and he is going into his own vicious mode.
You know, a lot of people would say that Robert Evans is the guy that just plays around, but he can be very serious. He's a great competitor. He knows when to turn it on. Trying to, I think, ground Ray Rowe here, which may be his best bet. Side headlock.
Definitely got to keep him off his feet.
Because that's the thing with Ray Rowe. He doesn't just have the power, you know, the strength advantage, but he's dangerous just, you know, his ferocity and his movement. He's, like I said, he's becoming the total package.
The total package in a very different way than what we're all used to.
Absolutely.
In a very positive way, Mr. Patton.
Referee Mike Knoxville saying no. Ray Rowe is not going to give it up.
He's trying to get the crowd behind him.
This crowd trying to rally behind Ray Rowe as he makes his way up to one knee and now up to his feet. Repeated shots to the gut, trying to break that hold that Robert has on him. Whips him off. Oh, Robert with a nice neck breaker into the cover, but only able to get a one count. Ray Rowe powering out of that immediately. Oh!
Vintage Robert Evans. Vintage.
Robert Evans almost holding contempt really to this crowd, saying who's inspiring now. You know, Robert Evans, he's traveled the globe now. You know, he's become beyond just a Texas star, and think of what all those travels have taught him, but also like maybe the shift in his attitude in a sense. Is now Robert dropping the elbow down across the back of Ray Rowe.
And he's on the outside now. And you know, normally the outside is going to be an advantage for Rowe, but you know, Evans has the upper hand here. And
Rowe definitely looks worse for wear, and this is the opportunity where Robert definitely needs to take advantage. Ow! And Robert showing that he's no slouch when it comes to the chop department either. Ray Rowe's definitely in a bit of a hurry. I think maybe more than he expected from Robert Evans.
you know, just to look at Evans.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm charging and a boot right to the side of the head. Caught him direct with that boot.
Seems that this crowd is a little bit less behind Evans than they were when he made his entrance.
And it's amazing because, this is oh, wait, in for the cover. This is a city that Robert Evans, for the most part, has called his home, of course, from Winnipeg, Manitoba, but he really, has developed a loving relationship with Austin, Texas over the years. Now, not so much. I think both because of that entrance, also because the fans do not forget what he did in October, swindling them in a sense in his match with JoJo Bravo. He's really, gotten the fans almost against him.
That's exactly right, Eamon. And not only did he swindle JoJo Bravo, but he swindled the fans, and he swindled me.
He swindled all of us.
I was up out of my chair. I was ready to go to the ring and check on him myself.
Rainbow, oh, quick cover. That's a way to get out of that submission hold.
Beautiful pin attempt. Watch out. He's using his brain here.
Ooh, insecurity right to the side of the head. Ray Rowe's taking a couple shots to that, that head area. And that's, in that environment of a pro wrestling ring, that's very dangerous. Robert Evans tightening the signature stash. Almost try to power Ray Rowe off. He couldn't get him, but in for a cover. Rowe able to kick out too. A little too close to the ropes. He could have gotten a rope break, but I think Rowe's showing almost in that kick out that he has life in him. It's almost a message being sent to Robert Evans.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking. It's a matter of pride as well,
Rowe's a competitor. Is now trying to get an opening, firing shots to Robert Evans. Oh, but drop toe hold. Robert Evans able to find his opening.
Ring awareness. Ring awareness. He knows exactly where he's at all times.
It's a big key to wrestling. Oh, and driving that elbow right to the small of the back.
His body weight behind it nonetheless.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, running knees!
Little window of opportunity here for Ray Rowe. Hopefully he can capitalize
He
on
needs to take advantage of it, but he, all the punishment that Robert Evans has dealt to him, it's going to be very difficult for him. But this crowd now trying to rally behind Ray Rowe.
Are they rallying behind Ray Rowe, or are they just appreciating what they see in the ring?
Rowe having to use that bottom rope almost to get him up, but he is up. Douglas shot, and another just clubbering shot. But Robert with one of his own. But I don't think you want to match Ray Rowe in the strikes department.
Absolutely not. Robert's got to come up with a different plan here, and you see the expression on his face.
It's almost like they set off a switch in his mind. Just pummeling him with forearms. Robert now coming charging. Uh-oh. Spine buster, and for the cover, this could be it.
Very rare, Eamon. I just saw the crowd get under Robert Evans' skin, and that is not typical of him.
That is not easy at all.
And it cost him.
Ray Ronan got to stay on it. Sends Robert off. But Robert able to get the kick up. Drops him down with that scoop slam. Good hook of the...
Very unorthodox, but it works for Robert Evans.
If there's one word to describe Robert Evans, I would definitely say unorthodox, but if you look at his record in professional wrestling, it proves to be very effective. And you can see Robert Evans almost getting a bit frustrated here. I don't think he's used to being on this, almost close to losing end in his, especially in his run in Inspire. And now just choking Robert Evans across that second, or I should say Ray Rowe across that second rope. Coming charging again. Oh! And that could have cost Robert Evans right there. Huge chop across the chest. Followed by another. Just vicious shots. Oh, but just as effective as those chops and a straight poke to the eye.
That smirk was wiped off Robert Evans' face quickly.
Oh, God. And that one chop, like, the ones that make a sound are sort of common, but those really thick, meaty chops, those are the ones that, sting the most. Obviously, you must know that. Must know that very well.
Most definitely.
But, oh, no.
And now we have a fight. If we did not have a fight before, we've got one right now.
Robert's a smart man, but I don't think that was a smart move at all. Drops him down.
This could be it.
Robert, though, barely able to get that shoulder up, just barely. But Ray Rowe, realizing that he needs to stay on Robert Evans, just mounting him and just pummeling him with shots. Our referee telling, he's got to bend by the rules. He's got to get that break.
This is where we see Robert Evans get desperate. This is where we see Robert Evans pull something out of his hat.
Find some way to find an opening. That's what he needs to do. Ray Rowe showing a bit of agility. Oh, man. And this could be that shot. But a kick out at 2, though, by Ray Rowe, showing that he's not going to go down like that. He's developed a bit of a winning streak, overcoming our current Inspire Pro champion, Mike Dell, back in October. Now against Chris Hero. The other thing is Rowe wants to continue that winning streak because that momentum from a streak like that could lead him to a possible title shot down the line.
And when you look at this roster, I would have to say that Ray Rowe's at the very top.
Absolutely.
Very top of the list on getting that shot.
Robert Evans now. Up to the top. Oh, but misses the diving headbutt. Rowe, I think, had it scouted. Oh, but gut-wrenching him, pulling him up from the mat. The strength of him. And dropping him with that powerbomb.
An amazing show of strength from Ray Rowe.
But the tenacity of Robert Evans to kick out there, too, as well.
Exactly. You look at his ring gear. Look at what he's wearing. You don't expect that type of toughness, but I've been in the ring with him. I know the man. And you know what? You're going to have to bring out a little bit more.
Oh, deadlift German suplex, and Robert just got turned inside out. But somehow able to muscle up. Oh, what was that momentum of him being turned like that? Allowed him to get the shoulders up. If he, didn't have that momentum, that could have spelled the end.
Definitely. It wasn't even a kick out. He reversed underneath in a backwards roll.
Either way.
Unorthodox as well.
Absolutely. Pulling out those knee pads is Ray Rowe, maybe going for those double knees again. This time with those bare knees. Forearm shots. Maybe it was a way to psych Robert Evans out, thinking, he was going to go for something like that.
Yeah, he's trying to match Evans in the mind department.
Oh, but able to get the boot up is Robert Evans. Scaling to the second. Forearm right to the back of the head. Signature Robert Evans. In for the cover. 1, 2.
What a contest we have on our hands right here, Amy.
What a way to kick off Light the Fuse, with these two men.
This could be the main event anywhere.
Absolutely.
Any venue, any promotion, anywhere in the world, and we've got this to open our show.
Pulling down the elbow pad. Oh, Ray Rowe. Almost catching Robert Evans like a child. T-bone suplex.
That might be the most beautiful variation of a T-bone I've ever seen.
Going for death row here. Robert went low. Out of the frame of Mike Knoxville. He's got hold of the tights. Robert got it.
Here is your winner by pinfall, the essence of excellence, Robert Evans.
What a dastardly move by Robert Evans. I've never seen anything like that before. But Robert Evans, he's 1-1 now. He picks up his first victory in Inspire over a man with a lot of momentum in Ray Rowe.
That was definitely dastardly. And, not taking anything away.
Wait.
What? Okay.
What the hell is... What is Matthew Palmer doing out here?
What is the beef with Ray Rowe for Matthew Palmer?
I mean, Palmer made it known why, he came out after our last show revealing his void and attacking Mike Dell, almost in a sense of jealousy, but why Ray Rowe? What the...
Okay, these guys go way back, and Eamon, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but these guys right here, they go way back to 2006.
Really broke in together, did Robert Evans and Matthew Palmer.
And if this is what we're looking at right here, and now they're asking for a microphone. Let's let them explain.
And Ray wants to get his hands on Palmer, but also Evans and Franco. But what is this formation?
Inspire Pro Wrestling. I see the wrestling. There are a few pros in the back, but only one faction inspires. We are the inspiration in Inspire Pro Wrestling. How can you not be awe-inspired in the shadow of the perfect one, Franco D'Angelo? How can you not be inspired by the unmistakable good looks of centerfold Matthew Palmer? And surely everybody is inspired
by the sheer majesty of the essence of excellence, Robert Evans! Before you here in the ring today, history is transpiring because you folks can tell your kids generations from now that you saw the formation of the center of perfection.
Well, at least we didn't have to hear that whole song again. Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep this going. Our next match is a singles match, and it is scheduled for one fall. Dylan Dunbar, buddy. Dunbar, I'm trying to introduce you.
Now, if I can have your undivided attention, please. You see, you people are about to bear witness to a moment that will be etched into the annals of history. Excuse me, I'm talking here. As I was saying, you see, there are moments in time, moments in fashion history that changed the course of mankind. And today you people get to be witness to that. You should all be very happy. You see, I have seen perfection, and it does have a name. Ladies and gentlemen, his name is Sistine.
Viking, Alex Rudolph. This can't be right. Now making his seasonal residence in the Vatican City, Mr. Raphael Sistine.
And we are underway, continuing here at Light the Fuse with a very interesting debut of Mr. Raphael Sistine. We remarked at Robert Evans' outfit before. What an outfit on Mr. Sistine. But Alexander Rudolph, the American Viking, has had a long history with these two men, or these three men, I should say. And he's got bad intentions on the mind of Dylan Dunbar, DeBarge, and Mr. Sistine, costing him matches. You know, Sistine and his entourage have really stuck their nose in everyone's business. They even came up to my commentary table at one point. I mean, critiquing everyone's fashion. It gets to a point where it's ridiculous, but Sistine, not even in the ring, but DeBarge just took a big boot from Alex Rudolph. Oh, but Sistine now, you know, we don't know. He's a fashion consultant apparently, but we don't know this man's wrestling experience. We don't know if he's been in a wrestling ring. There is so much unknown, but, you know, he agreed to this match with Alexander Rudolph. I don't know what sane man would, especially after stuff like that.
You know, Eamon, I'm sorry, you're going to have to do all the work here because looking at the presentation of these three guys, and I use the term guys loosely, as we see the action in the ring, I'm pretty speechless.
I don't know if I would match chops with Alex Rudolph, and a headbutt. Rocking the tasseled and zebra-printed body of Mr. Sistine as he just gets peeled to the outside. Like I said, I don't know if it was a smart move for Sistine for his debut match, nonetheless, to agree to something like this. As now Rudolph taking it to the outside. This is based off months of frustration. And a big boot. Almost sent him back a couple rows, and now, Jesus, just throwing him into the chairs.
Do you think that Raphael Sistine has any idea where he's at right now?
If he did it before, after that chop. Dylan Dunbar and DeBarge are trying to rally behind their consultant, their teammate, but it's
vicious stomp.
Because Sistine, you know, he's really gotten the ire of all these fans to where, you know, I think they're going to get a lot of enjoyment from what Alexander Rudolph is planning on doing. Jesus! Setting him spine first into the top turnbuckle, and now Sistine, in worse for wear, hanging in that tree of woe. Dunbar and DeBarge are trying to, you know, rally some life into him, but he looks entirely out. Drop kick right to the chest!
That was vicious. He is definitely taking his frustrations from the last few shows out on this man right here.
And Alexander Rudolph, he's one of the unique competitors we have here because he's gigantic. He's a massive man, but he's done stuff that not a lot of people would think. You know, I've seen him do Hurricane Ranas, dives to the outside. This man is a wild man. I went to Dylan Dunbar on the apron. And what the? Trying to use that lawnmower. And Sistine just trying to mount himself on the back of Alex Rudolph. Oh, just peeling him off. This match is really broken down. Uh-oh. Choke bomb! Dropped him right on his neck.
I've never seen that before, Eamon. What do you call that?
Choke slam suplex, basically. And that's it!
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by mercy killing, American Viking, Alexander Rudolph.
Alexander Rudolph picks up his first win in Inspire Pro, and good God, what a win it was!
And I want to see where he goes from here. I want to see where Alexander Rudolph goes from here.
I hope Sistine, has good choice and say in picking out the design of his hospital gown, because he's going to need it.
And he is eating the gear of Mr. Sistine.
But Alexander Rudolph, the American Viking, gets a little ounce of revenge.
I don't know if we'll ever see the American Viking smile, but if we're ever going to see him smile, now's the time.
He's got to be one happy man going forward.
Let's give it up for American gymnast, Alex Rudolph. Okay, just as a reminder, if a giant Viking is coming your way and he's chopping a dude dressed like a zebra with a baboon ass, get out of the way. Secondary reminder, if pieces of a leaf blower are kicked in your direction, please keep your head up and get out of the way. Also drink a lot of milk. Our next match is a 6-man elimination tag team match. Introducing first, to my right, he hails from Georgetown, Texas. He is Moonshine Man. His tag team partner, from Houston, Texas, Untouchable Alex Ray. And their tag team partner, from College Station, Texas, he is the Texas Prodigy, Carson! And their opponent, to my left,
Start things off immediately. 6-man elimination tag team matchup. And we talk about, blood feuds. We talk about a lot of bad blood. This match has tons of it, especially between those 3 men in the ring, Carson, Alex Reigns, Moonshine Mantell, and that man on the outside, Scotty Santiago.
Santiago's the key to the whole thing. He's been under the skin of Carson for how long now?
Since October, when he got that surprising pinfall victory over Carson. The crowd affectionately referring to Scotty as that guy, a moniker he's really adopted. Beating Carson in October, and then last month beating untouchable Alex Reigns. Scotty Santiago has been on a roll, and this is a very interesting contest, teaming with Gigolo James Johnson and Frankie Fisher, 2 men that faced Carson and Moonshine last month at Ecstasy of Gold. Oh! And quick bail by all 3 men. I wouldn't blame them if that's... these 3 men are tough. They know how... Oh! They're some of the toughest athletes on the Inspire Pro roster. A 3 dogs to the outside! Wiping out 2 of our front rows.
And everybody's on the floor.
Scotty Santiago on fire. And it's important to know this match, elimination tag team matchup. The winning team is the member that eliminates all members of the opposing team. And
very good to know, Eamon. Very good to know. This is elimination style right here.
And, right now, how we have it, it's Gigolo and Frank able to lift the giant, massive man that's Moonshine Mantell. Assisted moonsault by Gigolo James Johnson, who really impressed last month.
I want to hit on what you said right there. Last month, Gigolo James Johnson came out and shined and got this crowd solidly behind him.
I don't think the crowd knew what to take of him, but when they saw him perform, when they saw the aerial acrobats of James Johnson, they immediately became impressed and they immediately took notice.
Exactly. You look at him, you don't think he can match physically, and he's never seen the inside of a tanning bed.
No,
he doesn't look the part, but you know what? He's got it.
He gave Carson and Moonshine Mantell a real one for their money in that tag team match, as now Frankie Fisher in for the cover. And in an elimination tag team match like this, the way it's in right now, that 3-on-3, this is really the important fall, the deciding fall, because when that one person is eliminated, it gives that advantage for that team, that man advantage, and it can really dictate the entire match going forward.
Exactly, and that's a great point. The numbers game is going to catch up for the team that is able to get rid of that first opponent.
As now Moonshine and Frankie are up to the second. Oh, but Carson and Reigns, I think, tried to help him out, but coming in for the stop was Gigolo James Johnson and Scotty Santiago, as they're scaling up. Trying to assist maybe Frankie Fisher. Oh, but wait a minute. They've got a hold of him. No. Oh, God.
Oh, 6 men are down.
Look at the way Scotty Santiago just bent off of that. Good God.
I cannot say that I've ever seen that. The
I
crowd
would
is
agree.
cheering. That is awesome.
Triple pin and... Oh, Frankie's out. Frankie couldn't get up from the cover.
Frankie's out. Frankie Fisher's out.
Gigolo and Scotty were the only 2 to kick out.
Very interesting. Very interesting that the way that all played out. And just as you were alluding to earlier, you got to think that Carson, Reigns, Mantell had the decided advantage right now.
And now they definitely have that advantage.
Frankie Fisher has been eliminated.
We get the official word from Brendan Stroud.
As now Frankie goes to the back.
He's in La La Land.
He's really out of it. I don't blame him after that fall. And Scotty Santiago and Gigolo James Johnson are really at a disadvantage here. And I would say, even in a sense, Carson, Alex, and Moonshine, quick roll up. That's something that Scotty Santiago has put a lot of people away, so you can't take a roll up like that for granted. As now, this is what he used to beat Alex last month. But Alex taking the guy at Scouted, kicking out at 2.
So close to evening up the numbers.
Ooh. Clotheslining Scotty while also driving the knee into the back. That was a very innovative maneuver. And I think Carson, Alex, and Moonshine also have the advantage in the sense that they've teamed more than Scotty and Gigolo. This is the first time teaming, from my knowledge. Scotty tried to get that roll through again, But Alex Reigns with that European uppercut.
That European uppercut is one of the best in the business. And you know, something I want you to take notice of here, Eamon, is the physicality, the sheer physicality of Alex Reigns. You know, he stands out.
He's one of the toughest competitors, I think, that has come through this locker room since the very beginning. Giving Scotty a bit of a ride. Dropping him down.
What a ridiculous fall that was.
And now, quick tag to Gigolo.
Gigolo's there.
House of Fire is Gigolo. Nice drop salt. And now just putting the shots in on Alex Reigns. Once Gigolo has that House of Fire, he's almost unstoppable. Enziguri right to the back of the head.
Crowd like that.
And there's that athleticism. Springs off. Oh! Tornado DDT off the springboard. The things this Gigolo James Johnson can do is outstanding. Slides through. Oh!
And he just asked the crowd to be quiet? He did.
They're giving it up now, though.
Gigolo James Johnson has this crowd eating out of the palm
And
of
this
his
is going to be
hand
the
right
chance
now.
for Gigolo to even it up. Oh, face!
And for those of you that are not aware of the O-Face,
Originated by Gigolo James Johnson.
never seen it from anybody else.
Going for a springboard again. Oh, but Alex, though, able to catch him. Oh, God!
That's got to be it. That has got, yes. Oh.
Gigolo's head just...
Gigolo James Johnson has been eliminated.
If I'm Scotty Santiago, I just head to the back right now.
Scotty, you know, he's gotten wins over Carson and Alex Reigns, but this is a 3-on-1 advantage. I don't know if anyone can overcome that, but the crowd
believes in him. Listen to this.
they truly believe in what Scotty Santiago can do.
I don't know if Scotty Santiago believes it.
He's got a long way to go. He's got a big mountain to climb here if he wants to get that win, if he wants to stay undefeated. Oh, but this could be it. Quick roll up. Moonshine, though, able to kick at it, too. Oh, stiff clothesline from Moonshine Mantell. But the thing about Scotty Santiago is his resilience. The shots that, you know, Carson, Alex, Moonshine have dealt out to him for so long. Scotty Santiago is always able to come back. He's always able to rally back. But then you also have to take into account last month after Scotty Santiago's win over Alex Reigns, the post-match beatdown that these three men put on him, you know, taking out his shoulder. You have to think if they want to exploit that shoulder injury, because you know very much from your time in wrestling, when you're injured, you know, that stays with you. No one fully recovers in professional wrestling.
You know, exactly, and seeing what he suffered through at the hands of these three men last show at Ecstasy of Gold, that shoulder cannot be 100%.
Neither can that jaw after that elbow by Moonshine Mantell. Sends him up. Got him perched on that top turnbuckle, and we know how that went well for Frankie Fisher, so this could be really dangerous for Scotty.
You know, Mantell's got that look in his eye. Can you see that from here? Look at the look in his eye.
He's a savage, man.
Savage is the word.
Oh, wait a minute.
Santiago's
Got him up.
eyes are in the back of his head as we speak.
He's got him up in a crucifix. What could this be? Oh, no. Oh! Gory bombing! Scotty Santiago's head just bounced off the canvas.
You're much more well-versed and educated than I am, Aiden, because I could not tell you what the name of that move is.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't know. Greg, this is not a smart move by
No,
Moonshine.
absolutely not. Have you seen the history of Santiago?
And not only that, but the history of Alex Reigns. Alex Reigns in his first match in Inspire wrestled JoJo Bravo. Almost had him beat and picked him off of the mat, and that's what cost him. And apparently Moonshine's got the same attitude.
I think what you're seeing here is not necessarily wanting to pick up the win, but wanting to punish this man for the humiliation that he has put them all through.
Moonshine is really dangerous, though, when he goes in the air. Oh! No water in the pool, though. And Scotty needs to take advantage. Got the cradle. He's got the leg hooked. Moonshine's out.
Moonshine Mantel has been eliminated.
That's one man down though. Sky's still gonna take down Alex Reigns and Carson.
Still a very long road for Santiago. That guy pulls it out of his hat time after time after time.
And you gotta think also the frustration in these three men. Now with that pinfall, Scotty has pinfalls over Carson, over Alex Reigns, over Moonshine Mantel.
You know what? That's a great point. That's a great point right there. All three of them.
It's almost as if no three of these men, can Scotty not overcome, but 2-on-1 is still a long way to go. Our referee trying to get Alex Reigns off of that break, off of that choke. And Alex Reigns trying to get the pickings of Scotty Santiago. And another European uppercut. He just dropped Scotty Santiago right there.
That's a beautiful work of art right there.
That's something, he's developed from a lot of training, a lot of work with it, He's perfected it. But now Alex Reigns just slapping around Scotty Santiago. As good as he is, oh God. As good as he is, he has that name, Untouchable Alex Reigns, for a reason. He thinks that he is truly untouchable. He thinks that he's unstoppable. But if you ask Scotty Santiago, he'll tell you that Alex Reigns definitely can be stopped.
And he's proven it. I wonder if Moonshine Mantel is in the back right now.
Oh, God.
Regretting his decision to pull Santiago up from that pin.
The amount of shots that Scotty is taking to the head. Like, this couldn't be just the end of a match for Scotty Santiago. This could really lead to some, injuries down the line. The amount of headshots he's taking. Alex now, possibly a power bomb. All right, Scotty with a run through. Oh, he got it! He got it! He did get it! And we're down to 2! Carson and Scotty Santiago!
Right before our eyes.
Oh, but Carson's maybe going for that super kick, and if he hits it, I don't know if Scotty can get up.
Nobody's going to get up from that. He's loading up for it.
Scotty's got to be careful! Oh, wait! Woohoo! Can he get it?
It's impossible!
Only 2, though. That could have been it. Well, Enziguri to the back of the head, and Carson is out. This could be a decisive pin. Carson, though, able to kick out at 2.
Wow, what an incredible move. That was like a Pele variation of Enziguri.
That guy, Scotty Santiago, can catch you off guard, but what if he pinned Carson off of that move? That would have cemented him. That would have told everyone watching Scotty Santiago that he is no fluke. Caught him with a super kick, though.
Nobody gets up from that, Eamon. Nobody. It was just a numbers game.
Therefore, your winners, Carson, Moonshine Mantel, Alex Reigns, the World Class Syndicate.
Carson, with one super kick, was able to plant Scotty Santiago. He's back on the roll that he wants to be on, but you cannot doubt Scotty Santiago in that showing. But no, come on! Trying for a post-match beatdown. God, come on! You won the match. The match is over. Come on!
Oh, and here's Mantel. He didn't get to hit it earlier. He wants to go for it now.
Good.
This is just uncalled for. And, the office is definitely going to take a look at the actions of these 3 men, and we're going to have to say that sanctions are going to come down.
If Scotty Santiago didn't...
Your winners, World Class Syndicate.
If Scotty didn't take enough abuse in that match to just put in that post-match beatdown, just shows the attitudes of these 3 men. Yes, they're good. Yes, they're some of the best. They're some of the up-and-coming best stars in Inspire. But they are not ones to cross.
Absolutely not, Eamon. And they're putting the intimidation factor into their game. I think that's a message not only to that guy, but also the whole Inspire Pro roster, the locker room, everybody looking on. We're trying to send a message. And I think the message has been received.
Let's hear it one more time for that guy, Scotty Santiago, Frankie Fisher, Gigolo James Johnson.
Scotty's denying help.
He's showing the crowd that he's got a little in him now.
So how'd you guys like that match? Keeps going, I like that. All right, our next match is an XX division match. But before we do that, just like we did the last show, we want to point out some special guests in the crowd, besides the Brady President, who I believe has been coloring on people. In our crowd right now, once again, for the second show in a row, been here for a lot of our shows, the esteemed Mr. George De La Isla. Give this man a hand. This man has trained so many wrestlers that you know and love. I tell you what, George, you do us an honor. Don't come here and say some words. Come on out, man. Let's do it. I want you to sound like a million people for George De La Isla.
Bring it to all the fantastic staff. Mr. President, what a hell of a show you're putting on. One hell of a show. And ladies and gentlemen, I can't get over the fact that here in Austin, Texas, we have a great promotion of outstanding professional wrestlers that just entertain the hell out of it. And I just lied in a second, but the fact is that tonight I'm here to say something about AAPW. That's America's Academy of Pro Wrestling. Other than that, we are a professional wrestling school. We have the ability to put out the wrestlers, go out there, and evidently men and women, starting from the age of 16 and up, can and do and will become professional wrestlers under mine. I've been doing this since 1990 here alone in Austin, Texas. No, I don't advertise a lot on any of the pretty well-known guys that you've seen from Austin. They do come from me. But the fact is, I can see a lot of wonderful, fantastic professional wrestlers in the future. But to Brandon, I want everyone to recognize some of them that said, you know what, I got one of the, and we have girls nights coming up, I got one of the girls that with me. And her name, put your hands together for Charlie Vaughn. Charlie Vaughn. Come on here. Oh my God. She was in the crowd with you a few months ago. Now she's preparing and training and working hard for this opportunity. Charlie, you know, I don't want to embarrass you, but please tell the people about your upcoming pleasure of becoming a pro wrestler too.
Well, not a whole lot. on and follow me to the back after I'm done with Miss Dyslexia. If not, you're going to be carried out. So what's it gonna be, Charm? What's it gonna be?
Introducing first, to my left, George, be careful, George. Introducing to my left, from Dewey, Illinois, Paige Turner. He's got a book. Okay. Sorry. And her opponent, to my right, from Tampa, Florida. Give it up for Miss Dyslexia!
We continue on here with our second ever XX Division match featuring the female competitors of Inspire Pro Wrestling, and as we have Paige Turner and Miss Dyslexia, but Greg, I gotta say, how disrespectful of Paige Turner. You know, George De La Isla of Americans Academy of Pro Wrestling coming in as our guest, invited here, you know, introducing one of the younger competitors, not even a wrestler, but someone who's making her way up in Charlie, and to attack her like that, someone who's not even in wrestling.
You know, I think it's just a reflection on the mindset right now of Paige Turner. Interesting, nice name, our former librarian, and you know, it's just a reflection of her and who she is. You know, I think she's troubled. I think she's got some issues, maybe some self-confidence issues.
Clearly, I mean, definitely upset with some of the I guess you could say literary degrees, I guess you could say, of our audience, and it's, I mean, you can't win them all, but I will say one thing about Paige Turner. She's shown a great amount of, you know, wrestling athleticism and ability. Her match with Claudia was won very decisively, and she had a great showing.
Exactly, you know, and Claudia's no slouch. She's very well known, and, you know, she's been everywhere. And she's beaten everybody. So for that victory over Claudia, just, you know, really elevates Paige Turner, and, you know, she right now is, as she said, the XX division, and you got to go through her.
When you win, you know, the first match ever in the XX division, this is only being our second, you know, Paige Turner definitely represents that. Snapmare takedown. Oh! Able to snap the neck of Miss Dyslexia, who in for the cover now. But a kick out at two. Miss Dyslexia, fairly a veteran in the Texas area, especially in Austin. She's a competitor that a lot of these people know. She's a great athlete. So she's going to be a bit of a competition for Paige Turner, I believe. And showing that athleticism right there. Taking her down with a clothesline. Ooh, and a straight kick. And a drop kick right to the jaw.
And I love how in the XX division you can see a cartwheel used as a defensive weapon.
Absolutely. These women are some of the more athletic people, you know, in this roster. They rival some of the men. You know, they want to be competitors. They want to be on top. As now Paige Turner gets whipped off. He's got a hold though. Oh! Swinging neck breaker.
Beautiful swinging neck breaker.
Into the cover. Good hook in the leg. But a kick out at two by Miss Dyslexia. Miss Dyslexia, very resilient competitor. So it's going to be very hard to put her down. I think Paige Turner is going to have a more... ooh! All the way to Paige Turner in that senton. In for the cover.
I think the scream gave her a little bit more momentum.
Yeah, she's got that tenacity. She's got that fire in her. You know, she can be angry. She can be vicious.
I was being a little sarcastic there, Andy, but you know.
Well, you know. You would know more than I, so I'll take your word for it.
You know, I think that added to the force. I really do.
Irish whip now sends Dyslexia off. Ooh, STO backbreaker, and now just stretching Paige Turner.
She knew exactly what was coming.
And now just driving her elbows into the chest of Paige Turner. Miss Dyslexia, the key to her is she's a scrapper, she's a fighter. That's what she's known for.
Hey, I wouldn't want to fight her.
Absolutely not.
Are we looking for a curb stomp here?
Ooh.
She didn't quite catch all of that.
Oh,
but you know what? The damage has been done. And here's Charlie.
Charlie, I think maybe a bit overzealous. I mean, she is a student and all. What? But Paige got it.
I think in all of Paige Turner's studies, all of the literature she's been reading, she might have read that book that Scotty Santiago wrote, the one about the roll-ups.
What the? But wait a. What is Charlie doing?
By the expression on her face, I think she might be a little bit reluctant.
She's a young student and she just got swayed, I think, by Paige Turner.
Is there a little bit of mind control there? Just maybe.
I don't know, but Paige Turner 2-0 here in Inspire.
There's got to be some background between those two because
there's got to be something because I don't know why, you know, Charlie would make that move.
Did you see the expression on her face?
Very almost reluctant, but I think she realized that she had to do it in a sense.
As if that's her only choice. Yes. Wow. It'll be interesting to see where this goes.
Our next match is a battle royal.
First of all, I'm going to plug myself. Throwback Jared Wayne shirts on the merchandise table for $5. If you need a reason to buy a Jared Wayne shirt, I shaved my gooch for you people. Can I say gooch? Hashtag gooch fringing worldwide. Several people have been asking me, where's AJ Summers? Why is Jared Wayne in all black? I just say that AJ's my sunshine, and my sunshine is all gone away. But, the truth is, AJ's in New York visiting family, and my other shit's dirty. Ladies and gentlemen, in the voice of the great Michael Buffer, let's get ready to exercise! Introducing first, fresh from the gym, where he sat on the machines and checked in on Facebook for 40 minutes. More of this. It's complete crap because I don't think he's ever been to a gym. Introducing second. I originally liked this guy because I thought his name was Blasphemers, but I'm pretty sure he's never worked out a day in his life. Blasphemers! Introducing third. His initials spell bad, and that's how I describe his cardio. Bradley Axel Dawson. Number 4, I personally watched this guy curl in the squat rack more than I can tweet about. From 1985, here's irresistible Eric McDonald. Number 5, from Blessing, Texas, a man who successfully skipped leg day 2,000 days in a row. Cowboy James Claxton. Representing the literal caboose of the game train, a man who could seriously stand to switch to turkey sausage, Dylan Dunbar. Number 7. They don't teach you how to do lunges in cosmetology school. Ladies and gentlemen, DeBarge. Number 8, from Chicago, a man who followed the great teachings of bodybuilding genius Charles Atlas simply because he's old enough to have gone to high school with him, Mr. B. At number 9, here's a guy that needs a serious attack on his personal training regimen, Mr. Pearl Tank. From Cleveland, Ohio, accompanied to the ring by a badass pump patrol of Persian. A man whose physique will one day make ACH look like Max Meehan. Shane Taylor! Number 11. When he's done here, he's going to put on a bunch of weight and do exercises completely wrong, Mr. Thomas Shire. Number 12, from College Station, Texas, where I guess they haven't built any gyms, representing a section of Target where they sell 5-pound weights and workout gloves, Mrs. Barbie Hayden. Hold on, folks. Hold on one second.
have one more entrant into the Pump Patrol Invitational Battle Royal. Back from Afghanistan, a man who beat the Iron Sheik's grandson, representing the 1-5 Cavalry, Kyle Hawk.
And we are underway with a special attraction. First time here in Inspire Pro, a special Pump Patrol Invitational Battle Royal. All these athletes looking to make a big impression in Inspire Pro, and a win here could give them just that. A lot of different names, but as Brandon mentioned, a very special name in this Battle Royal, the return to professional wrestling of Kyle Hawk, returning from Afghanistan, serving our country, fighting for these freedoms that at times we take for granted, and he is back. There's a lot of ways I think this match can go. A lot of different competitors, a lot of large competitors. I mean, the guy like Shane Taylor, the accomplice, the Pump Patrol in training for Jared Wayne and AJ Summers, he's got to be a clear favorite. Definitely one of the largest men in this matchup.
You know, definitely. You look at the guys in this matchup right now. I immediately look at Shane Taylor, James Claxton, and even Irresistible.
Mr. Irresistible.
And what is he doing?
He's, I guess, wearing down Dylan Dunbar. I guess you could say that's effective.
Wearing down in air quotes.
Oh, but Kyle Hawk catching him with a nice enziguri. A lot of giant men in this match, as you mentioned. Shane Taylor, Cowboy, James Claxton. I'll figure out. Also, I think important to note, Greg, a lot of tag teams in this match. We have men like the Fashion Police, Dylan Dunbar and Debauch. Oh, Bradley Axel Dawson just got eliminated. But we have Dylan Dunbar and Debauch. We have Morbidus and Blasphemer of Legion. And then we have competitors for the first time in Inspire, like Mr. B, like Mr. Irresistible, like Kyle Hawk, like Barbie Hayden, the NWA World Women's Champion, a tough competitor, and she could be a real factor in this match.
Oh, definitely.
And she's got it right there!
And there you go!
Out goes the bar, it takes the Barbie Hayden. Oh wait, and Dylan's out too! Barbie Hayden just racked up 2 eliminations. You know, we mentioned in the XX division match, they're just these women that are in Inspire are just as tough competitors as any of the men. Dunbar.
Action all over the place here, Eamon.
Just spreading. And we have Thomas Shire, who we saw back at Wired for War, really go at it with the Great Depression, gave him a run for his money. And Kyle Hawk now working down on the much larger Paul Titan.
And there goes Mr. B.
Mr. B eliminated, I think one of the clear favorites in this match.
Well, you know, if you go by ring experience alone, I would have to say yes, but he's no longer a factor.
Yeah, both.
And Luke Hawk, one of the
Kyle Hawk.
Kyle Hawk, excuse me.
It's very similar, very similar.
One of the very clear-cut crowd favorites. And please forgive me, this is the first time I've seen him in action, but you know, it's not the first time this crowd has seen him because
Absolutely.
they're solidly behind him.
Kyle Hawk is a real treat when it comes to professional wrestling. Ooh, Barbie
Vicious.
with a vicious forearm. Barbie Hayden, she packs a punch. Don't let the blonde hair, don't let the makeup fool you. Barbie Hayden is maybe one of the toughest competitors in the state of Texas.
And is she showing some sympathy for Kyle Hawk?
Well, that's, I think, something you got to take into effect here. It's every man for themselves, every man and female for themselves.
Every individual, shall we say?
Every individual. I believe Morbidus has been eliminated. As now Kyle Hawk trading shots with Thomas Shire, catches him with an enziguri. But you still have, oh wait, Paul Titan has got Barbie Hayden up. This man's a monster of a man. Maybe. And now Kyle Hawk, Jared Wayne, and Barbie Hayden trying to get Paul out. But Paul Titan able to get a good grasp on that bottom rope.
You know, he's too big and strong. You're gonna have to loosen him up a little bit more than that.
Crowd firmly behind Barbie Hayden. Everyone's very divided in this match. They really have their favorites.
Crowd is definitely divided.
Jared Wayne, though, back elbow, and Paul
Titan's gone.
Just like that is eliminated. That's a way to take out a big man.
Look at the allegiances here. We got Shane Taylor, we got Jared Wayne, and one of those guys right now, and I want to say Shane Taylor's got to be the clear-cut favorite at this point.
And we still have Mr. Irresistible.
Overhead press by Taylor.
Kyle Hawk may be going, but not even throwing him out of the ring, almost toying with him in a sense.
Very much toying with him, because if that's me, I'm tossing him over the top rope. That's the name of the game. A little bit of inexperience maybe there.
And now the big man, James Claxton and Shane Taylor squaring off.
And if I'm Claxton, that's exactly who I'm targeting right now. That's my major competition.
Oh, but look at Shire. Oh! That's a way to eliminate someone, just the sheer power of Thomas Shire.
And apparently Thomas Shire does not care about what this crowd thinks of him.
And I think Shane Taylor just took out Mr. Irresistible.
My money's on Shane Taylor. My money's on Shane Taylor.
Oh, but wait! What's Jared doing? What did Jared do?
Too early. Too early. It's too early.
Now he just lost that partner. Now he just lost his backup.
I'm sorry, not a smart
And then
move.
Barbie took it.
We are down to our final four.
Down to 4, and this is a mix of people if I've ever seen it, Greg.
Wow, you definitely have a contrast in styles. And the crowd is solidly behind Barbie right now. Listen to them.
She's definitely a fan favorite, but I think all 4 of these people are very capable. Even Blasphemy.
And she's talking a game. She's talking a game. Look at her.
She's saying, bring it on.
The intensity.
Oh, taking out Blasphemer with that clothesline. And a nice scoop slam. And now, this is going to be a matchup. Barbie Hayden and James Claxton. Look at Barbie, no fear.
You know, no fear, but also no brains. I'm sorry, but Barbie, what are you doing?
We saw how James reacted to Ricky Starks earlier. You know, that man's got a temper.
He does not want to go here. Look at the restraint. Look at the restraint.
Barbie better be careful. Barbie better find some way to get out of this. Oh! Roundhouse kick to the side of the head. Caught him flush. Oh, no way. No way. Oh. But Blasphemy
is in heaven right now.
preventing the elimination is now Claxton and Shire. Ooh, and Shire just got dropped with that headbutt. Barbie now, tilt-a-whirl slam.
Tilt-a-whirl slam. And I don't know if you guys hear ACH right behind us.
ACH loves it.
Yes. You need your own microphone, sir.
Yes, indeed.
As I look behind me at the best wrestler in the world, ACH.
And Barbie now.
She's a Barbie fan.
Oh, but,
head scissors
she's got to be careful.
Oh, hey, Thomas Shire's smiling, and I can't blame him.
But this could lead to an elimination from Barbie. And now, Blasphemer trying to take out Barbie Hayden now. Shire, though, fighting back with elbows on James Claxton. And you think with all four of the people in this matchup, they're coming off very evenly matched, you know. None has a very, you know, distinct advantage. Obviously, Claxton and Shire have that size, but Barbie and Blasphemer are holding their own.
You know, if I'm Barbie and Blasphemer, I'd join Thomas Shire right now. Get Claxton out of the ring. You're looking at a 300-pounder right there. Get him gone, and then figure out the rest.
Wait, Jared Raid's still out here. What is he doing? He should be in the back. And he just eliminated Barbie. I can't believe that.
Barbie Hayden has been eliminated.
That's a travesty.
Oh, good jeez. Blasphemer is not going to budge this lockup between Thomas Shire and James Claxton. Oh, God!
That was incredible.
Blasphemer may just want to leave now. Just don't worry about the elimination. Just get out of there. And now these two big men, two heavy hitters, trading shots. This really is a test of wills, especially between these two. Oh, God!
Chop of all chops.
And an uppercut from Thomas Shire. These two men just clubbering at each other. Shire gets whipped off. Reversal, but Claxton able to get that elbow. Oh, and there goes Shire. Oh, wait, get Blasphemer out there.
Blasphemer!
Oh, but trying to...
And to no avail.
We have one of the largest competitors
chop
against one of the smallest. I know Jeff's in there somewhere. Jeff, please change up your game plan. Oh, drop kick.
There's a little vintage Jeff right there. You'll never whip this guy out. Jeff.
There's no way.
Oh, excuse me, Blasphemer.
Oh, well, but Blasphemer.
And he skins the cat.
Very nice. Oh, wait. Claxton's crossed on that top rope. This could be his chance. Drop kick.
Oh, and it's over. No, he held on. Claxton, hang on. He's hanging on.
It was that close.
He's hanging on for dear
that
life.
Close.
Why am I so emotionally invested?
ACH is giving it up. Oh, no.
Oh, it's over.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Claxton looking to choose where to deposit him.
And I think this is a mistake.
Get him
think
out.
this is a mistake.
Get him out. Get the win.
Get him out now.
Oh, God, and that's it.
Blasphemer has been eliminated. Your winner, Cowboy James Claxton.
Very impressive showing by Cowboy James Claxton.
That's a big win by Claxton. Not just, a victory, but going against 13 other people to get that victory. That is very impressive. James Claxton is clearly one to look out for here at Inspire Pro.
The Great Depression drew this. And that's clearly him. I'm not sure who that is. I think it might be Destiny. Her hair is red, but I mean, it can't be me. I've got, what else? Face isn't red. Come on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of the Great Depression, our next match is a no disqualification match.
Introducing first, currently pulling me to my death. He hails from the Dust Bowl. You know him, I know him, the Great Depression. Hang out, buddy, we'll get you some Arby's after this, I promise. Promise. Okay, his opponent, to my left, hailing from Valhalla, he is Unholy Gregory James.
We continue now with the second half. Wait! Of the quick, of Light the Fuse, and his number one contender no disqualification match. Two of the, Greg, the weirdest competitors in this company. Oh God! But two with some of the best records in this company is Unholy Gregory James and this man, the Great Depression. What the hell?
Referee running for his life.
Oh, and Greg with a forearm, but not even phasing this man. Greg, there's been astounding developments with the Great Depression. Ever since the Quick and the Dead abandoned by his valet Penny Arcade, and just been wandering around to the point where our officials, Max and Biss, had to basically take him in. He's been staying with Max for an extended period of time, and
Like, as in staying on his couch? Or, you know.
Well, apparently he sleeps in the shed and he goes behind, you know, a tree in the backyard to eat food and I don't know. There are so many questions about the Great Depression, and he's almost childlike in a sense. He's been coloring out of a coloring book this entire time, having to be coerced into the ring. Like, and, just Beeling.
What a great Beal. You know, it's almost as if he has no direction without Penny Arcade.
Absolutely
It just
not.
seems like a lost, wandering soul.
Well,
if he even has a soul.
I actually talked to Max about, you know, this development with the Great Depression, and the thing he noticed is that he doesn't necessarily think the Great Depression likes wrestling or likes to wrestle. It's just sort of a thing he does. He sees someone, and he goes after it. What?
And wait, okay.
Is that's Penny?
That's Penny Arcade.
We haven't seen her since October.
What effect will this have on the Great Depression?
And in this no DQ match, like, Legion members Morbidus and Blasphemer have been really just doing all they can, but they can in this match. It's no disqualification. It's a playground for these two athletes, and if
And is that a slight hint of wherewithal from the Great Depression? Who seemingly has none?
Well, almost in a sense of he sees, you know, Morbidus and Blasphemer almost towing him down. He finds a way to get out of it, but Gregory James driving that knee into the back of the head, in for a quick cover. It's also, It's also important to note that Gregory James, having his shoulder taped up, he actually suffered a dislocated shoulder injury, and you have to think what that effect will play into this matchup.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how all that plays out. And, you know, the thought that's on my mind right now is something that can't be overlooked is the contrast in styles that we're looking at here.
You have a giant man like the Great Depression, a man who even our largest competitors on this roster haven't been able to take down. And you have Gregory James, who he's a high flyer. He's got some vicious, lethal kicks in his repertoire. But he's also, he's scrappy in a sense where he chokes, he bites, he gets any advantage that he can get.
But he does not have a weight advantage.
No, he does not.
As evidenced by that move right there about the Great Depression.
But what is... I really have to wonder what's Penny Arcade doing out here. We haven't seen her since October. She abandoned Great Depression. Why is she here?
You know, 4 months absence, and now all of a sudden she shows up.
And we don't even know the connection between the two.
You know, that's a great question. That is a great question. And I want the answer, and hopefully we'll find out tonight.
Gregory James with a back elbow. And no, this no disqualification #1 contenders match, very important. Two men with the best records, definitely deserving of this shot. Ooh, drop kick straight to the shoulder of the Great Depression. And he's really planted him in a sense. He's taken him down.
And you have to, with the Great Depression, you have to get him off his feet. You have to ground him.
Great Depression has taken men like Thomas Shire, like James Claxton, like Alexander Rudolph, giant men that have just thrown them around with ease.
Exactly.
You cannot give him that chance.
Exactly. And Gregory James does not have the size, the strength, the weight, or anything to keep up with the Great Depression.
Scoop slam. In the Great Depression, instead of going for...
His focus is on Penny Arcade now.
Almost stalking Penny here.
And you can't let this be to his disadvantage.
And you can't even understand what she's saying. She's speaking some foreign language. We've got no answers as to what is with the Great Depression. And now Morbid is back in now. No disqualification. This is all legal.
Absolutely, Eamon. And, you know, Gregory James is smart here. He knows the rules. He knows the stipulations of the match.
And Morbid is almost calling Greg over because they need help taking down the Great Depression. Ooh, kick right to the side of the head. And now Greg scaling to the top. Oh, and a knee right to the side of the head. Innovative maneuver. But can he get the cover? Almost desperate Greg, and he can't even muscle the Great Depression over.
300 plus pounds.
He's not even budging him.
You know, I don't know what he bills at. Maybe he's close to 400. Who knows?
He's immovable.
Maybe all three of them getting low.
What?
And
Morbid is stalking Penny Arcade, and what Penny
she is
leading him on? What? What is happening?
Some sick fascination going on here.
Blasphemer has a hold of Great Depression. She's leading her. Who the hell is that?
All right, you got me, Eamon. Your guess is as good as mine.
What the? Greg Simons, I have no idea what's going on. This is chaos.
Absolute chaos.
And this, who is this person? What is Great Depression now with a hold of Gregory? And he let go of him. What is he? Who is this? What is he doing? What the? What is he doing? Oh, God! Who the hell is that? And is Greg gonna get the? Is he has a relation to Legion? Is he a relation to Great Depression? Penny Arcade? What? And now he's going after Greg! What is? Oh! And
I'm confused, David.
what? That's it.
More questions than answers.
Oh, snap. Your winner by pinfall, Unholy Gregory James.
Gregory James is victorious. Gregory James, #1 contender. But what the hell just happened?
You know, that can't be overlooked. Gregory James is the #1 contender.
Absolutely, and he's got a shot at whoever wins tonight. And now Penny's leading Great Depression out. What? I don't know.
She has some kind of a sick mind control over this man.
This is the most we've seen Great Depression move, budge since she left him. What control does she have over him?
All great questions, Eamon, and I want to know the answer.
Well, Gregory James victorious in this no disqualification match.
Oh, okay. I have no idea. Oh. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay. Okay, our next match, moving along, is a singles match. Guess how many falls it's scheduled for? Scheduled for 1 fall.
Introducing first, outside of the ring to my right, representing the center of excellence. Sorry, let's do it again. Representing the center of perfection from Buffalo, New York. Centerfold, Matthew Palmer. And his opponent. Really? Okay, sorry. See, this is why I messed up. He's got me shook. From Round Rock, Texas. He is the heaviest sumo in the land. Double J, Joe Bravo. Ain't he great?
Hey! What's up, Inspire Pro Wrestling? How are you doing? Awesome! Hey! It's great to see you back here, Matt. It's great to see you in Inspire Pro Wrestling. But before we get started, there's someone I want to make first contact with, and his name is Lude Big. Lude Big has a son whose birthday is today. He's turning 10. There he is. Right there. Hey, right there. Hey! I want to make first contact, and I want to give everyone a chance to wish him the very first Inspired Pro Wrestling happy birthday. So, on three, happy birthday, Jack. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, Jack.
I didn't sing the song. I was ready to sing.
That's right. Now, we're all having fun. But tonight, I'm here in my revenge tights because I've got something to say. This doesn't involve you. I've got something to say to the Void. Void, I don't know what your deal is, and I don't know who you are. But you hit me with the ring bell last time, and that is totally not cool.
No. Double J. I'll avoid you, idiot.
No. See, I think that the Void was Gary J. That's my guess. I think it was in the match, you schmuck. He was right there. Oh, wait a minute. So you're saying that you unmasked and you're the Void? Is that what happened? I was not watching that part of the show. So that means that you're a bad guy now? Yeah, boo! Hey, Matt, I don't know what your deal is. I don't know what your problem is. But tonight, I'm gonna fix it.
And we are off and running with this grudge match, this newly formed grudge match. I was going to mention how JoJo Bravo is the type of competitor that never forgets, but I guess that's not really the case, Greg.
Well, apparently he forgot who the Void was.
For those that haven't gotten to check out our Ecstasy of Gold event, which you can find at youtube.com/InspireProVideo, Matthew Palmer revealing himself in our main event, attacking Mike Dell, revealing himself to be the new Void. But I think the key in that, as we see JoJo Bravo gaining the advantage early on Matthew Palmer, Void was involved in a #1 Contenders 4-way match that featured JoJo Bravo as well as Gary J and the eventual winner, Franco D'Angelo. And a lot of people were naming JoJo Bravo as the favorite to win that match based off of the hot streak that he's had in Inspire Pro. A lot of amazing contests, coming off of beating Robert Evans in one of the biggest wins of his career. And he was basically halted at that by who we now know as Matthew Palmer, who was previously known as Void, hitting him over the head with a ring bell and letting Franco D'Angelo, who we now know is aligned with Matthew Palmer and apparently Robert Evans as well, as a part of the Center of Perfection, allowing him to win the #1 contendership. So there is a definite grudge here between these two men.
Exactly, Eamon, and that's very well put. And the only thing I can say is in this match right here, maybe we'll get some resolution. Maybe we'll figure out who's in line to take that next step, the step to the next level. Put themselves in line for that championship, the Inspire Pro Championship.
It would definitely go a long way in winning this contest.
Definitely. I mean, we're all paying attention. We're all looking. The office has our eyes on these guys. Both these guys are at the very top.
Matthew Palmer, really one of the best in Texas, one of the top competitors in the state, and it's great to have him here in Inspire Pro, but the means in which he got here, disguising himself and attacking our champion Mike Dell, he's made his intentions clear, but I don't know what's gotten in the head of Matthew Palmer. As now JoJo with a waistlock, Palmer reverses. Quick exchange between these two men. JoJo getting the better of it though with that abdominal stretch. Oh, and a quick roll through. That could have been it right there. Only a 1 count on that cover. JoJo goes down. And a cartwheel by JoJo showing that athleticism. JoJo showing how dead serious he is. Oh, but Palmer kicking him in the gut. Maybe even caught him low there.
That looked a little bit low to me. And was it intentional or not? You got to question the mindset of Palmer right here.
Palmer, he's a man of many nicknames. One of them obviously being the centerfold. He's adopted a new nickname known as the Show Stealer. And I think it's a testament to Matthew Palmer's new attitude. And yes, he has show-stealing performances every time he steps into the ring. This match has definitely the potential to steal the show, but it sort of shows his arrogance almost in a sense. And I hate to say that on Matthew Palmer because he's such a great wrestler and such a great competitor, but he's showing a bit of that arrogance.
For so long he was just Matthew Palmer, and now with that little bit of arrogance, I think that's given him a little bit of an edge. And okay, what's going on here?
What the?
And who is this?
I guess when you get a ticket to Inspire Pro, you get a bit more in on the action. Maybe Matt trying to scout or figure out that wrist lock. Lock up now, and Matt straight into that wrist lock. Maybe having it scouted. Maybe adapting to his situation. Oh! I think JoJo almost wanted to go for the break, but showing up that athleticism again. Big hip toss.
He really got his leg into it. Gave him a little extra momentum there.
He's got a lot more power than people will give him credit. He is the heaviest sumo in the land.
And he does understand leverage, as seen by that move right there. He knew he was not going to get a fresh Matthew Palmer over on a hip toss.
The one key about JoJo and trying for the wrist lock.
What is Matthew Palmer trying to prove?
This is probably one of the weirdest strategies I've seen, Greg. I don't know if this is common for professional wrestlers.
That's the best thing about Inspire Pro is you never know what you're going to get.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, look at this. JoJo with a Hurricane Rana to the outside. Very innovative. And a high five.
Wisely, the fans were dispersing.
Absolutely. Oh, JoJo with a big uppercut. Showing that he's an all-around wrestler. He's not just high flying. He's not just, has that ability to maneuver. Making sure the safety of our fans is kept in check is JoJo Bravo. But now JoJo scaling to the top turnbuckle. Possibly going for that bonsai drop, but Palmer able to move out of the way. JoJo gets sent off. Look at this. JoJo gets sent up. Oh, catches him. Head scissors into the second buckle.
He ate some padding right there, definitely. Roll up.
Had the shoulders down, but only a 2 count. Oh, trying for that Shiranu. Lands on his feet. Ah, and the back rake by JoJo Bravo. Using any possible move in his arsenal. Catches the super kick, sends him off. Oh! Now that was an innovative counter.
That was beautiful. Have you ever seen that before?
I have not. Palmer almost lawn darting himself into the knee of JoJo Bravo. That could have dislocated his knee right there.
Exactly, and I would not be surprised if he did.
And that's the thing, if you dislocate the knee of JoJo Bravo, that takes out a lot of his offense.
That is his offense.
Oh, and just kicking away at it.
Matthew Palmer focusing on that left knee now.
Oh, now
JoJo Bravo.
JoJo better be careful. Oh, sending it into the ring post. Palmer giving a bit of a pose, showing that he's still the centerfold. And now this is the chance that Palmer, he has the chance to capitalize here with a limb neutralized. This is his opportunity, taking down that leg of JoJo Bravo. And Palmer, he's a very intelligent competitor.
Intelligent and methodical.
Yes.
Look at his...
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Look at this! There's that show-off tendency, but every time he's coming up on that pull-up, he's putting more pressure on that knee.
Exactly.
Our referee telling Palmer that he had to break being in the ropes, but Palmer was going to exploit that count because of the damage that it could, inflict on JoJo's knee.
Exactly, and I want to bring to your attention right now, Palmer is not necessarily a crowd favorite, but he's got him behind him on that move right there.
Which is so odd because, this crowd is, grown with Matthew Palmer, and based off of his past actions, based off of everything he's done, his arrogance that he's showing, he's really turned, turn the crowd in a sense, almost in the same way that Robert Evans has.
Exactly. He's shown he really doesn't care. He's going to pull out all stops to come up with a victory.
Palmer pulling JoJo into the ring off the ropes, and look at the submission he has, torquing on that knee of JoJo Bravo, putting all the pressure. And Palmer in the submission hold, always adapting, always moving, never giving JoJo Bravo a chance to counter.
Exactly, and he is in complete control right now.
And look at this crowd really turning on Palmer. Forearm just right to the neck. Our referee trying to get Palmer, since JoJo's in the ropes. JoJo's trying to fight back, try to go under, but Palmer was able to scout it. Oh, there's those Mongolian chops trying to push Palmer back, Samoan chops. Oh, Quesadora, roll through. But a quick power out by Palmer, not just kicking out, but powering out. Oh, drops him with a face buster, but also on that knee. Oh, and look at this, Texas Cloverleaf.
One thing I didn't realize about Palmer is his repertoire of submission holds, and he's breaking them all out right now.
He doesn't bust them out a lot, but he realizes if he can work down that knee, it's going to be easy pickings to take away JoJo Bravo.
Exactly.
But
very intelligent.
But JoJo's got fight in him. JoJo is spirit. JoJo is one of the more resilient competitors on this roster. So it's going to take a lot to put him away as he's crawling now, trying to get that rope break. Can he rage? He's inches away, and he gets it. But Palmer holding onto that hold until the 5 count, getting as much as he can out of that.
Exactly. Great ring awareness, great wherewithal. He knows what he's doing.
He's one of the more intelligent competitors in Texas. But he's taking a bit too long here. I don't know if this crowd reaction is getting to him in a sense, but Palmer trying to send JoJo up, but JoJo not having it. JoJo reverses back elbow. And Palmer, though, with a straight knee to the gut. Oh, he tried for that trip that he normally does, but he had it scouted.
Exactly.
Palmer is a thinking man's wrestler, and he knows JoJo very well. JoJo has traveled the scene.
Not only does he have that knee working now, but he's got that midsection going. Bravo has got to be out of breath right now.
And now straight slap to the... Look, he's just rubbing salt in the wounds of JoJo. But his match isn't won yet, though. Oh, God! JoJo just throttled him. But Palmer... Ooh, big atomic drop. And those jabs, very unlike JoJo Bravo. These two men busting out new stuff that they've never done before. Oh, caught him right with that kick. Oh, JoJo's showing a bit of his serious side. I think he realizes that Palmer looks at him as a joke and he wants to prove him wrong. Double stop senton combo in for the cover. 1, 2, but only 2. But JoJo now, realizing he has to stay on Palmer, back onto that mount and just raining in those punches and a bite. Putting that boot right into the chest of Matthew Palmer. Getting this crowd rally behind him, but you can see it's
Definitely feeding off their energy.
But also a lot has been taken out of that knee. And like I said before, it's a lot of his offense.
And you have to wonder where he goes from here. What does he resort to? He can't go to his normal repertoire, that's for sure.
JoJo barely being able to he was barely able to scale up to that top turnbuckle, but Palmer able to cut him off. Can JoJo even leap with that knee? He found a way to, but may have taken a lot out of him. Oh, God!
Now that is absolutely beautiful.
He caught him right in the jaw!
Straight to the face.
JoJo with the wherewithal to kick out of 2, though.
How in the world did he kick out of that? He caught a foot straight to the jaw.
Palmer now going up, maybe going for that centerfold splash.
Taking a little bit too much time here.
JoJo straight up to his feet, favoring that leg, but almost just let himself fall into the turnbuckle, taking out Palmer. JoJo now up to the top, dangerous predicament. Oh, but fell almost on that knee, sends him down. But can JoJo get in on the cover? He's got the arms hooked as well as the leg. I think JoJo took a bit too long to get to that cover, but you can't blame him based off of all's been taken out of him in this matchup. JoJo
stomping that left foot. I guess he's got a little bit more energy.
Trying to maybe put some feeling into it.
Maybe so.
Oh!
Getting the crowd behind him at the same time. Matthew Palmer says no, no.
Oh, a spear!
I've never seen 150 pounds be more effective.
But he cut him in half with it.
Absolutely.
And this could be... Wait, not even gonna taunt for it. Palmer reverses though.
Nice reversal.
Had that samurai driver scouted. Ooh, got him right in the jaw on that one. Going for that Shiranu. Palmer pushing him off. Oh, snapshot! A play out of the Palmer playbook.
If he can get up and get the cover right now, it is over.
But both men are down. Both men are out. They're spent.
That move took everything out of Palmer, but more importantly, I think that was the last resort for Bravo.
It was desperation. Can he get into the cover though? Palmer's out.
Hook that leg. Get that leg away from the rope.
Oh, but Palmer not even needing the ropes, finding a way to kick out. But even I don't think JoJo had the strength and muster to even drag him further into the center of the ring.
Exactly. You know, I'm a little shocked by the lack of ring awareness there by Palmer, expending a little bit more energy than he needed to. He just could have got that foot on the rope.
Maybe
saved himself a little bit.
Maybe it's that arrogance. Oh, Palmer with a quick pin. Jackknife. Uh-oh. Palmer's got a hold of the arms of Bravo, but Bravo backing him up. Oh, drops the leg on him. Could this be it? 1, 2.
I don't think so.
No.
No, you know.
I mean, you've seen Bravo. You know his resiliency.
Exactly. You know, he's down, but at this point, it's still going to take a lot more to get him going. You want to put him out.
Palmer got those arms hooked. He's going for something. But JoJo stomping on the foot. That's a way to break it. Oh, half and half suplex!
Absolutely beautiful.
Palmer now leaping up to the top turnbuckle, showing that he has some life in him. Oh, went for that. Oh, but he scouted it. Palmer, how does he think of scouting these things?
They got for cut.
Oh, but JoJo went charging and he couldn't get it. Double underhook. Oh, God! That is it!
Wow. Double underhook, pile driver, whatever you call that. That was insane.
I would call it effective because Palmer just picked up a huge victory over JoJo Bravo. Palmer also showing in this match that with Mike Dell and Franco later on tonight, and with Robert Evans in the fold, Palmer is just as big of a threat. Palmer asking for the microphone.
Hey, you got it for a second. I just want to say to my loyal fans out there, you guys can really go to hell, I don't give a right now, let's go ahead and bring our Inspire Pro, Sharon, Mr. Greg Simons to the ring. Let's give this man a hand, come on. This man puts on these shows every month.
Right now I'm looking for a reaction. I'm looking for a reaction. So what do you guys think of Inspire Pros like the views so far? Okay, now for some housekeeping. In October at Inspire Pros, the quick and the dead. During the minute then I made my way out to ringside to ensure the integrity of the match. And somebody got a little butthurt by the reaction. So, right or wrong, maybe that cost you the match, Showtime Scott Summers. Maybe I didn't, but the point is I have suspended you for last month's ecstasy of gold, and you received a fine, and in order for you to be reinstated, I requested that you meet me face to face in this ring and give me the apology that I deserve for knocking me out. So Showtime, it is music. Showtime, I told you tonight is about the reaction that I want.
Do you ask me why? I bet you I was going to come out here and punch you in your face again, all right? No, it did, buddy. You're good. Plus, look, you're always dressed nice. You're dressed nice when I slap the crap out of you, too. You actually woke up and your clothes were out of style. I was wrong. About as good as going to take a wrap around your neck and choke you. My daughter is here. Show some respect. Look, man. Look. You're right, my daughter is here. You know why I brought her tonight? I couldn't afford you anyway. I'm trying to behave here. You're not helping. Look. What I did was wrong. You guys heard it. Straight up. What I did was wrong. When that little girl came into my life 2.5 years ago, it all became wrong. Every time I step in this ring, you taught me that. Because you're the one that had kids. Speaking of kids, I just wanted to have your kids. Okay. And that's another reason I can't get mad. How awesome is Inspire Pro? I'm sorry for what I did, okay? Just remember, I got a competition against you, Scott, but it seems there's another one right in this crowd and fleeting me said that your ass is better than mine. And I don't mean to fool or anything like that, but I'm half black, people. I got a better than you. No, all the better things, Scott Summers. I'm confused because you're not dressed for the occasion. That's what I was waiting for. You don't seem ready. But I am. So, you're ready for all the didn't you forget that new I had an old body last time? Why aren't you dressed? What's the issue?
smirky all you want. I'll bust that pretty face in camel shorts, don't get smirky with me. You're the best. I want to be the best. You want talent in this business. Am I right, Inspire? You want to get 75%? You wouldn't know in your mind when you go home tonight that you beat Scott Summers? Because Mr. Showtime's gone, I showed him. He's dead. He's in that lady's closet. You want Scott Summers? You want Scott Summers at 75%? Or you want to know when you wake up and you fought me, I'm at 100%? Because I owe it to my little girl, and I owe it to myself to fight you at 100%. On that note, I told you I was going to stay calm, right? I told you I was going to stay calm, right? I got something big for you. Real soon. It's so beautiful, and it's so amazing, it's going to blow your freaking mind. I'm not going to touch you. You're good. And you? I'm going to be calm. I'm not going to do what you all think I'm going to do. And freak out. You have a lot bigger problems than the 75% Scott Summers tonight, big boys.
I know you're back there. I'm not one to let you know that. You're right.
Oh, we're starting things off hot now. Impromptu. Ricky Starks and James Claxton going out.
Cowboy James Claxton versus absolute Ricky Starks.
Scott Summers letting it be known.
Are we still doing the no rope break? Okay, no rope break. No hold barred match. Let's do it.
Gregory Simons has made it so this match still no holds barred, no rope break.
Exactly. That's my proclamation. No holds barred, no rope breaks. Let's carry on as continued.
You know, the question of whether Scott Summers would be able to compete tonight was definitely up in the air. Suffering from a cracked sternum. But, you know, we saw earlier tonight this sort of tension between James Claxton and Ricky Starks when Mike Dell seemingly was looking to recruit people to combat Franco D'Angelo and the rest of his militia, I guess you could say, his army. And Ricky Starks is saying that he's not a follower, he's a leader. And that mouth, that confidence of Ricky Starks has gotten him in trouble in the past, but you know, Ricky Starks is one of the upcoming competitors here in Texas, and I think a win over Scott Summers here tonight, or even the competition of a no-holds-barred, no-rope-break match with Scott Summers could have propelled him far. That may have to happen somewhere, you know, down the line, because right now he's in the ring with the Cowboy James Claxton.
Exactly. You know, in that match with Scott Summers that Ricky Starks wants is definitely in the cards. You know, and Scott Summers brought up a good point. He wants to be 100%, and I don't think Ricky Starks wants him at less than that.
I agree, absolutely.
So, you know, this match right here, no rope break, definitely works into the favor of Ricky Starks. As we've seen in the past few shows, he refuses.
We saw last month against Andy Dalton losing the match solely because he refused to break a submission hold. As now Claxton with a chair. This match, no holds barred, that is entirely legal.
You know what? going back to Ricky Starks just a little bit as he's getting pounded on the outside, it's pretty evident to me that he doesn't care about wins and losses. He wants to make a statement.
Absolutely.
You know, that's why he demanded this match be no holds barred, no rope break. And you know what?
And
I want to give it to him.
I will say, to that point, I think there is one win that Ricky Starks truly cares about, and that is over Scott Summers. The reasoning behind this, I think a lot of it was due to Ricky Starks pinning Scott Summers in that three-way match in the road to crowning the champion. A lot of people were doubting Ricky after that, saying it was a fluke, saying he got lucky. It was because of the interference of Andy Dalton. But Ricky is a more than capable competitor.
Right. You know, the interference of Andy Dalton, and, you know, I did come out to that main event to ensure the integrity of the match. And, you know, hey, maybe that did have an influence on the result. That was not my intention.
Scott Summers notably has a temper.
And he got it twisted. He absolutely got it twisted.
I have to side with you here, Greg. I mean, you know, Andy Dalton had that history of interfering in people's matches like that. You couldn't risk that in such an important match like in the road to crowning our champion. And exactly. I agree with what you did there. Scott Summers having a lot of issue with it, but that's that loose cannon that is Scott Summers.
Exactly.
Oh, Ricky just got beeled. Ricky just got beeled into those chairs. In this outside environment where James Claxton is, you know, that's where he thrives. And Ricky is definitely looking worse for wear. He's getting just as much of a fight out of James Claxton as he assumingly would have gotten out of Scott Summers, even at 75%. And Claxton just brutalizing Stark. Oh! And those aren't your regular metal folding chairs. They do hurt, but that is thick plastic. There is no give to those chairs.
You know, Eamon, I think it's working to Claxton's advantage right now that this is a no-holds-barred match because Ricky Starks is in a world of hurt.
And also taking into account, Claxton's already competed tonight. Claxton won our Pump Patrol Invitational Battle Royal.
So does that give him the advantage, or is he at a disadvantage? Is he taxed? Is he taxed physically, or is he on a roll?
You would think so. I think in this environment, you know, when you don't necessarily need that stamina, it's just about brutalizing your opponent. That's where Claxton needs, you know, to thrive on.
Right, exactly.
He doesn't have to keep up of a pace that Ricky Starks can have.
And if he can just keep him down right now, going slow, you know, just like he's doing right now, he's got this match in control.
He is absolutely, and Ricky
can't even stand up. He can't even stand up right now.
He's just been brutalized the entire time. Ooh, and getting sent into those ring steps. I gotta say, you know, Claxton and Scott Summers have really grown together. They've traveled the scene together. And Claxton is as tough as a competitor as Scott Summers, so you know, assumedly this Ricky Starks Scott Summers match that may happen down the line, Ricky's almost getting a taste here. He's getting a feeler with James Claxton, the brutal nature that is the Cowboy.
You know, and I don't know if he's seen that. That's a really good point. Has Ricky Starks seen the brutality that he's going to see right now with Claxton?
You can see Ricky just trying to kick away, do anything that he can to break the grasp of James Claxton, because when James Claxton has you in a hold, you know, you're in serious danger. Ricky Starks just, our referee checking on him. He may even want to.
Just toying.
We have some people rallying behind Ricky Starks. He's grown a bit of a following, but I think that's because they've seen how good of an athlete he is.
Right, they see the potential in him. They see the superstar ability, and you know, he's got it all. He is, wow, I don't want to use that term again. He's got everything. He really does.
But if he takes more of this beatdown from James Claxton, you know, that career may be very short. This crowd, though, rallying behind Ricky Starks. Trying to give him some fight, trying to give him some energy.
Exactly. He's got to be feeling that right now. I know as a competitor I would feel that. The crowd gets behind you, gives you a little extra adrenaline, a little extra energy.
And again, just set into the buckle. Ricky Starks is looking worse for wear than James Claxton, which is a lot saying for somebody that's wrestled 2 matches tonight. The referee's checking on Ricky's. He may have seriously.
Is he contemplating stopping the match? I mean, is something going on with Ricky that we're not aware of?
It's our referee's discretion, and if he has to, then
that might be Claxton's out. You know, this is no holds barred, no rope break, but the competitor cannot continue. I mean, what does that bring to the table? What are we looking at here, Eamon?
Claxton now staying on Ricky Starks, sending him again into the buckle.
Claxton's found some offense that he likes, and he's just in total control and complete domination of Ricky Starks right now.
Normally, I would be very opposed to someone taking these breaks, taking these breathers, but, you know, Claxton's clearly on the advantage. More so to where he doesn't have to stay on Ricky Starks. Ricky may have done some serious damage to his arm.
Exactly. You know, Starks is doing, he's showing no signs of life right now.
Oh, and now just clawing away at Ricky Starks. Claxton brutalizing him. It's like he's getting some... Oh, but Ricky! Able to get that shot in! This could be a shot! Sleeper hold! Trying to take the air out of James Claxton and get him down, which is a good strategy.
Yes, exactly. This may be his last chance right here. Just pure desperation right now. Holding on for dear life is Ricky Starks.
Claxton seems like he's starting to fade too. Maybe that stamina that starts to get lost in that first match is coming into play.
That's exactly what I was about to say, Eamon. You know, that Battle Royal, you know, he's fighting 13 other competitors.
And now he has to fight 14.
Exactly.
Like that's the key here.
And it's one-on-one.
Oh, but Ricky going back to it. He realized if he can cut out that windpipe of James Claxton.
Definitely, he's onto something now. He's found something that's working for him.
He's showing his intelligence. And Claxton trying to, and even just headbutting him in the back of the head, trying to get him down. He's down to one knee.
You know, at this point in the match, Claxton is the worst off he's been so far.
Absolutely. Oh, God. Snap narrowed him down.
That's a driver, you know, he head first into the mat.
Twice the effect, really. Ducks a shot. Oh, but Ricky taking out the leg. And he's got a hold of that sleeper again.
Very, very smart by Ricky Starks.
James Claxton may be seriously starting to fade. Trying to find some way to get out of it, some opening. Some lapse in judgment from Ricky Starks, but Ricky Starks will not let him have it. He's staying on top of him. Ricky desperate in his... He's
definitely showing some emotion right here.
He realized he needs to get this win on Claxton and just get out there alive.
Exactly. This is a different side of Ricky I've never seen before. I mean, he is pumped.
Oh, drops him right with that shin breaker.
And Ricky's got to be reeling right now after that. I think we're on even ground right now. I think both guys are equally taxed. Physically, who can get to their feet first?
Claxton able to get to his feet, but with the help of the rope. Oh, drop toe hold. He's got a hold of the leg. Oh, there's that submission. And now there's no rope break, so there's no way for Claxton to go.
Exactly, and he took that leg out earlier. He's working on that leg. He's been working on the head. He's got them both right now. No rope break.
He's
Ricky Starks
wrenching in on it. But Claxton can't do anything. He's got to find to maneuver or something. But he's just maybe dead in the water.
Absolutely. Ricky is in full control right now. Crowd is solidly behind Ricky Starks right now.
Look at the pressure he's putting on that neck. Cranking it in as tight as he can. Claxton may just be out. Look. Drops it for one. Can this be it? Could this be the way?
I think Claxton is out. I think he's out.
He is. He's out.
Claxton is out. He is unconscious. How impressive is that? I don't care if James Claxton has been through the ringer tonight or not. Ricky Starks, with that victory, has cemented himself at the top of the card.
That is a huge win for Absolute Ricky Starks. Against all odds, really, to take down that monster of a man that's James Claxton. If that was a teaser as to what Ricky Starks versus Scott Summers can be down the line, Scott Summers better be very, very careful.
Exactly, and if I'm Ricky Starks right now, I'm looking at that camera. I'm telling Scott Summers right now, I'm coming for you. That's what you have in store for you, Scott Summers.
Ricky Starks reigns victorious. The no rope break comes into play. And his future is looking seriously bright here at Inspire Pro.
Once again, your winner, Ricky Starks. Let's hear it one more time for Cowboy James Claxton. A man won a battle royal earlier tonight.
You kissed meatloaf! Albert! You kissed meatloaf! You kissed meatloaf!
Introducing from Houston, Texas. Tonight, you forgot his streamers.
Sorry.
He doesn't appreciate that. And on April 27th, you should really bring all the streamers you can find at Party City and throw them at him. He is the best ever, Sammy Guevara!
What a moniker. The best ever. Awfully presumptuous. And Brandon Scott and Owen Taylor.
And his opponent, to my right, from Austin, Texas. He represents attitude, charisma, and heart. And he was the flippy guy before this guy was ever in the business. He is the last dragon, the last hero. He is your hero. Every nickname you can possibly fucking think of. ACH!
That small, toad-like man with the glasses and the cool hat. Right there. You see him, bound in all leather. That's my trainer. That's my sensei. That's my sensei, George Davis. That's the man that brought me into the business. I'm not sure to mention.
And we are off and running with this huge singles contest. The last hero with his last appearance for a good while in the state of Texas, ACH, finally taking on the best ever, Sammy Guevara. I am joined at this time by the heaviest sumo in the land, JoJo Bravo. JoJo, you were jonesing to get in this booth to call this match.
Absolutely. We're here at Inspire Pro Wrestling. It's me, JoJo Bravo. And where else? Where else do you think I would be for a match like this between Sammy Guevara and ACH? A man that we have all known for so many years, who has delivered time after time the best performances that we've ever seen in pure pro wrestling.
Absolutely.
The athletic pro wrestling, the technical wrestling. He's given us everything. He's given us a reason to love indie wrestling in Texas.
Speaking of giving,
our jewel.
The key to this matchup is what's happening right here. At our last show, Sammy Guevara and Lowrider picked up a victory over Barrett Brown and Bolt Brady. Sammy Guevara, who is known for running his mouth, calling out ACH, who is up here with us, watching the show, spectating, enjoying the event, and disrespecting him. And you know more than anyone, ACH is all about respect and all about teaching respect to people like Sammy Guevara.
Tonight, he is not going to leave Sammy Guevara untested. This is going to be one of the best bouts of tonight. Let's just call it like it is. This could very well be the match of the night here between these two, because there's so much to prove for Sammy Guevara. But in the back, I spoke with Sammy, and I told him, your greatest asset, the greatest tool that you have to use in this match over ACH, who is so well-rounded, is your cool. He's never lost his temper in the ring. He's very intelligent. He's very smart. He works this crowd.
He also has amazing athleticism for someone so young in the professional wrestling business. And that's why this is such a dream matchup. A lot of people would compare Sammy Guevara's style and his way of wrestling to ACH, with the key factor obviously being that respect. And I think a lot of people are questioning Sammy Guevara. A lot of people are...
There's no comparison, Ian. There's no comparison between these two. They may seem similar. They're both incredibly young, incredibly talented, very athletic, both in great shape, both well-winded, both well-prepared for any match that they go into. But the differences between them become clear when you see them in a bout like this, technical wrestling. You see, Sammy Guevara's got the background in lucha libre. He's a world travel wrestler.
Yes.
And he just got back from a tour in Germany, as a matter of fact.
And ACH is the same way as well. You know, Brandon Stroud mentioning that he was
maybe been to Mexico. But other than that, I am not sure that he's a world travel wrestler like Sammy Guevara. But
True.
He's got his own accolades because he's taken on all of the best names here in Texas. He's beaten all of the best names in Texas.
Absolutely.
And then he went on to wrestle some of the best names in all of pro wrestling. A lot of guys that you see on TV right now. This guy has competed with at one time or another.
But I think also the key you mentioned is the technical aspect. ACH may have mentioned in his ring introduction that he was the flippy guy before flippy guys was cool, but ACH is so much more than that.
Absolutely. That's saying he's pioneered a new style of pro wrestling in Texas. He is one of the best that there has ever been. I have known him for over a decade of my life. I was once a schoolmate of ACH. I've watched him come. I've watched him
training under George De La Isla, who we saw earlier. I mean, that was you guys' your start, your beginnings. So you've grown with him. You've seen him develop.
I've seen him develop into an incredibly talented.
Sammy Guevara is showing that he has leaps just as high as ACH.
But look at these two, tit for tat.
Sweep of the leg.
Both men fantastically well-rounded, just like I said. And Albert with a big lead jumped over
into the headlock.
Into the headlock takedown. Very smart. He had Sammy Guevara scouted there, move for move.
And the people questioning Sammy Guevara, if he can hang with ACH, if he proves that tonight, if he shows that here tonight, think of how amazing that would be for his professional wrestling career going forward. Look as if how we saw at our last show last month. That win by Ray Rowe over Chris Hero is going to propel Ray Rowe to places he's never been before. And that could do the same thing for Sammy Guevara.
Listen, if I could be honest for just a second, Albert is appearing in what he says, as he often says, is one of his last matches here in Texas. For the year, he was quick to admit.
Yes.
These people would hate to see him go. They've begged him to not leave here because he delivers in matches like this, in front of his home, in front of his heart. His mother is in the audience tonight.
Yes.
Sitting right there. You can see his family, there's his uncle, there's his brother. Everyone is here and everyone is behind him. Like I said, ACH, Albert Hardy is our jewel. He is the best that we have ever offered. If Sammy Guevara was to beat ACH tonight, it would be an incredible upset.
Yes.
Look at that! Great go-behind maneuver, turned him around and put him right back in the headlock. Left leg!
And there's ACH showcasing that he's more than just flips and dives. He can really scout an opponent. He can evade. He can find openings. That is the key to winning a wrestling match.
Absolutely, but just like I said of Sammy Guevara earlier, I told him, don't lose your cool in the match.
Right.
It's your greatest tool.
Oh,
big
God!
European uppercut in the corner to the face of ACH. A superfluous flip that served no purpose, and he trains the kick. Albert just barely escaped.
He scouted it, though. But look on Sammy's face. He realizes he had Albert's number.
To be honest, I like him. I like Sammy Guevara.
He's got so much potential.
I love his attitude. I love his methods in wrestling. I love his flamboyance. He's a great character. He is absolutely a jerk. He's one of the biggest jerks that I have ever seen.
He's a very big jerk.
He's one of the biggest jerks that I've ever met personally. I gave him the advice to keep his cool. And he just blew me off. This is a guy who doesn't shake my hand in the back, to be honest. I hate Sammy Guevara, but in the ring,
you can't deny him. You cannot deny his ability.
But it looks like he may be actually battle scarred, showing a little bit of weakness.
A bit.
Does it look like his mouth is bleeding? Did he maybe catch a stray hand?
Maybe one shot from ACH could have been what shifted the momentum.
It's true.
I think it's also key to note, I attended an event last night that Albert participated in, suffering a very scary dive to the outside, landing on his neck region. you have to wonder if Sammy realizes that,
Oh, I think he realizes it.
and if he takes advantage.
He's got a game plan here against ACH. He'd be stupid not to. He may be cool. He may be cocky. Get right over here. Here's the camera, Sammy.
And I think the one thing that you've noted about Sammy Guevara, people doubt him because of his age. People think he's just a high flyer and that he doesn't scout his opponent. He doesn't do his research.
With his experience, he moves a lot like a veteran wrestler.
Yes.
Look how he changed the tide in this matchup with an eye rake in the corner.
Very simple, but very effective.
Absolutely. And now the past 3 minutes of this match, I'm not exaggerating it, has been Sammy Guevara on top of this match. And he finally found the hard cam. This jerk. Look at him. Yeah, we see you. He's got a fantastic body, but can he use it? Because I guarantee ACH is far from done.
And normally I would note here, Sammy Guevara giving ACH the chance to breathe would definitely be a detriment to him. I don't know if
It's foolish.
I don't know.
Foolish.
I don't
He
know.
should not do that.
But I don't know if it plays a factor at all because ACH.
Look at that! Look at that! ACH is going for the eyes. You see, that is what I have said about ACH time and time again. I am impartial here on commentary. I have journalistic integrity. But ACH is a friend of mine. He's a fantastic wrestler. And even though he's a model of the sport.
Oh, God.
He ain't afraid to get nasty.
No, not at all.
And there goes one of his patented chops.
And I would say the
big switch.
Ooh, kicked him right in the gut.
Kicked him right in the gut. It looked like maybe ACH caught him in the groin with the knee, but the ref didn't see that. This referee Meatloaf, as I call him, is now looking on.
Not an official name.
Actually, I believe that it is his real name.
Is it really?
His real name is
I never bothered to ask.
And here goes ACH, whipping Sammy Guevara. Let him go.
Oh, God.
He held onto the ropes.
Oh! Big slap to the side of the head.
And talk about nasty, Sammy Guevara. He may be getting inside the head of ACH with moves like that. But ACH shrugs him off with some elbows to the face.
Also important to note
that beautiful face.
The longer this match goes, the more it favors ACH. ACH not only a high fiber, but has ungodly amounts of stamina. He can wrestle on high speeds for the entire duration of a match, no matter how long it goes.
It's true. He's very good at meeting the pace of his respective opponents and meeting them on that level. But then he's also one to test his opponents and take it a notch or two above that. He can go.
Oh, and
at
there's
any
a
speed.
receipt. There is a straight receipt from ACH,
Exactly what I'm
showing
talking
that respect that he wants to
Up
teach
and
into
over.
Sammy Guevara.
Duck it. Slaps to the face. Ooh, slaps to the face. Sends him off.
But Sammy able to catch him with a knee straight to the gut.
And
a huge drop kick right on the money.
Right on the face of Sammy Guevara. Sends him out into the crowd. He's sitting with the fans right now. Sammy Guevara holding his face. Albert, don't try to dive. No.
It was very dangerous for. I don't know if I was him, I would not be attempting this.
ACH, you got balls.
No.
What?
Rolls to the outside.
Oh, face.
And a shot.
Slap. There you go.
He is going to teach some respect into Sammy Guevara, whether he likes it or not. And after this match, whether he gets a win or a loss, Sammy Guevara is going to grow as a wrestler.
Absolutely. And ACH, as I said, time and time again, has grown as a wrestler over the years that we've seen him here in Texas. For those of you at home who are just watching Inspire Pro Wrestling, if you don't know about Texas independent professional wrestling, the scene in Texas has been alive and strong all along since the NWA, but not since 2007. When I first saw ACH step into the ring, did I believe that we would ever see this amazing ability.
And not only is he a representation of how amazing Texas professional wrestling can be, but he has exposed people to so many other athletes, people like you, people like a Bolt Brady, people like a Barrett Brown.
Absolutely.
He's exposed them to those people.
He has been like a beacon to Texas wrestling. But I will say this. Sammy Guevara has showed incredible resilience in this match. You can see his chest. It looks like hamburger meat. It's littered with hand marks. And so are his thighs, though. At the same time, he's been taking hits from every direction of ACH. And ACH is going to take him off the top rope with a superplex. Finisher of one Barry Windham right from here in Texas.
Sends him down, almost lands on the leg as well.
What?
And another slap!
To the face! The disrespect continues! Sammy Guevara. Now he's laying some punches into the face of ACH.
Rather than put damage into ACH in an attempt to win this contest,
Hey, whoa, Meatloaf just shoved Sammy Guevara. Hey, no, you should slap him. Yeah.
oh my God!
I was just gonna say, put that rev in his place, especially Meatloaf.
I don't know. It's a referee's discretion. You cannot, they have a lot of leeway in these matches.
Look at this. He's doing the squats. He's doing the squats with ACH on his shoulders, who weighs a good 190. Actually, not all that impressive. But here we go. Sumo squats. A nice big one for the people of the north, the people of the east, the people of the south. People of the south again. He throws it right on his face. How's that for a clean and jerk?
And Sammy Guevara
is going outside to the ring, trying to catch his breath, but he's not going to get a moment.
ACH better be careful.
He's going over the ropes. He's on his feet.
Look at that!
Some cartwheel. He ducks it.
Oh!
What do you call him in Patton?
I don't know how to call.
Complete shot onto the apron. That was a quiz, and you failed. ACH.
How do you expect me to call that? I gotta say, JoJo,
ACH,
that man is so fast,
and he is
and can catch you so much off guard that you don't know what's coming.
He's such an innovator as well, and he's using moves we've never seen him do before here against Sammy Guevara. Although I have seen him slap many people. His slap-based offense.
Look at the red chest of
amongst the boys in Texas wrestling.
Sammy
He's a punisher.
Sammy Guevara's chest is just turning scarlet red from all of those shots that he's taking.
It's going to make it very hard for him to compete and breathe in this matchup.
Oh, jeez. You're right. Every
chops around to every side. Here we go to the north side. He's holding.
Oh, God. And one more for good measure.
I was hoping that he would give him that second chop. Made a great noise, and everybody here is alive. Many on their feet for ACH. Even senior citizens like that man over there, that Toad man, is standing on his feet because he can't help himself when he's watching an ACH match. A chop by Sammy Guevara.
Sammy's showing that he can match in that department, though.
That's what we call a chop, because it didn't quite make that popping sound that we love in chops. It was like a dull thud, and that's how you know that he hit him with the whole of his paw.
Absolutely.
Those slap noises are great, but when he gives you a pounding to the chest,
you
really
feel it throughout your chest.
I want your mom to see this, Beaver.
Oh, I get it, yeah, because he looks like the beef.
ACH's big bang attack.
What is that?
I have no idea.
What is that move? We haven't seen that before.
No way! No way!
No way!
He is not going for a cramp for the exam off of the apron. No way.
Could that be the big bang attack? Sammy Guevara going for his own move. Oh! End of the trail onto the apron. The fans are saying it all right now. Holy.
ACH.
You know what?
Getting sent down back first onto that apron, but that smack of Sammy Guevara falling back first onto the concrete, it may have taken just as much out of him as it did out of ACH.
Yeah, I would say almost even more. But that's the bravado of Sammy Guevara. He's trying to outdo ACH with moves like that, and now both of these guys are laying on the floor, and
that
these
is the
fans
epitome.
are looking on in terror.
That is the epitome of a risk taker.
How can these two guys go on, everybody wonders?
It's not just
because they're awesome.
It's not just the 450s, it's not just the 630s. That is a risk.
Got it, come on. Sammy Guevara's got one of those plastic chairs. Meatloaf grabbed the chair. He's got another chair. Meatloaf grabbed that chair.
This match is not no disqualification.
Guys, his name is Meatloaf, I'm telling you. He's going for another chair. Meatloaf grabbed it. He's got two chairs. Sammy Guevara is trying to take advantage of the pro in ACH. Oh, and he hit him with the head of the chair. I'm sure he's doing all right there, Sammy. Need to take advantage of ACH and put him in the ring. That's where you're going to win this match.
But can he get him off of the floor is the key.
But instead,
get him
we are
back in the
seeing
ring.
these two brawl on the floor. He sends him spine first in the ring. How much more can ACH take?
Our vantage point from this point, it just looks like a crime scene on the floor right now.
It's happening right by us. The fans have gotten out of the way because they don't know what to expect. These guys could go into the audience. And speaking of which, this match was precluded by an incredible brawl between James Claxton and Ricky Starks.
Right.
That resulted in Ricky Starks putting James Clanton to sleep with a sleeper hold like I've never seen before.
Knee right to the back of the head.
ACH is hanging by a thread and then goes out onto the concrete. And there you go, Sammy. If it was me, this is what I would do. I would get into the ring and I would take that count.
And you mentioned ACH's family appearing here tonight to support him in his last event here in Texas. The look on their faces as Sammy Guevara dropped that knee.
They don't know what to see. They don't know what to think. To be honest, growing up in Texas and being a part of the Texas indie wrestling scene for the past 7 years, I can tell you what it's like. Your parents don't come to a lot of your wrestling matches. Why would they? Why would they want to see this happen to you? Why would they want to see ACH here broken on the floor?
Because
but the truth is, it's because they've got heart. They've got charisma.
And they know how
attitude, just like him, just like their brother, just like their son.
And they know how important this is. They know how much Texas independent wrestling means to ACH and vice versa.
And that's why he got in at the 9 count. He's not going to go down like that. Sammy Guevara better be prepared. He better
Big
do the
stomp
best,
right to the back.
the best move ever if he's going to beat ACH in his hometown, in his home state.
That home field is.
In front of hundreds of members of his family looking on.
That home field advantage can take you a lot of ways, and it's this crowd that has been, able over the years to will ACH on in situations like this.
Sammy Guevara is doing, like I said before, he's capitalizing on that abuse that he put on Albert on the floor. Shoots him off the rope. Looks like it could be a big
Straight back,
backbreaker.
right on the money too.
And
the accuracy of it.
And he holds it. Excellent maneuver by Sammy Guevara. Slows the match down. ACH is being broken. He can't breathe.
Look how
from
he's
that position.
bending. Look how he's bending him. He's pulling on the chin of ACH.
He's fighting for his life. Look at that. He grabbed the ear of Sammy Guevara. Again, attacking Sammy Guevara's face.
It's a desperate move by ACH, but it's what he had to do. That fall onto that apron and all the punishment he's taken.
Sammy Guevara calling ACH our God. What does that make you, Sammy Guevara? Few words.
Maybe going high risk,
some
high
kind
flying.
of spinning move. I have no way of knowing. Look at this, a rollback and a
Beautiful moonsault.
And the back row wasn't all that bad either.
Hey-ho.
Pins him perfectly in the middle of the ring. 1-2, and he kicks out. But look at Sammy Guevara's chest. Look at his face. This
is the biggest fight that he has ever been in his career. I have watched Sammy Guevara wrestle for over a year, and there is no doubt in my mind that this is his biggest fight that he's ever faced.
He just needs to keep his cool. If he's going to make ACH tap out, he's got to keep that move applied. He's got to put it on him. He's got to lock it on tight. But ACH escapes. Back to his feet.
Trying to get shots in.
Looks like he got a couple. A big forearm to the face on Sammy Guevara, the handsome prince, damaging his face. His moneymaker.
I don't know if I'd trade shots with ACH though. You know more than I do. That man has some lethal shots.
Hell no, I wouldn't compete with ACH in that department.
Ooh!
Slap to the face. We see again. ACH.
Can he turn it into high gear though?
Look at him. He's almost dead on his feet, and he's still delivering forearms. It's amazing the resiliency between these two, hitting each other, I would say, over 100 times in this match.
And a big elbow, and this is ACH's chance.
And coming back, Sammy Guevara keeps running into him. Ducks the clothesline. Power slam.
Very nice.
With all of his power. Goes for the cover. And Meatloaf 1, 2.
He had to take a little bit of pressure off of that pin cover to clutch that back because of how much has been taken out of him.
And it may have cost him. Sammy Guevara is rolling to the corner, very smart. Like I said, he moves like a veteran. He's got instincts as he moves to the corner to try to get away from his face.
Try to get a breather.
And now, but Albert, this is where Albert's at home.
Oh, lands on the
Bandana. Oh, reverse the thirst.
Caught him right in the top of the head.
Didn't quite get him all the way, but he's ascending the top rope all the same. Here he goes.
Very nice.
Michael Jordan. Spinning back elbow drop from the top to the ceiling to the ring.
But a kick out at 2 though.
Sammy Guevara kicks out once again. ACH may not be able to put full pressure on the shoulders of Sammy Guevara to win this match because he's feeling that back.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that this man went spine first into the rail earlier. Let's not forget that he received an end of the trail via Sammy Guevara on the apron. He still had an incredible match. The fact that they're even able to stand on their feet is a testament to their great fortitude and their future in pro wrestling. As I said, pioneering a new destiny.
And he, that thick chop, that meaty chop from ACH. And now just a straight kick to the chest.
Right to the sternum, actually. As we saw Scott Summers taken out by a cracked sternum.
One kick like that, and that could, spell the same result for Sammy Guevara.
We can't wait to see you back, Scott. Get well soon. And ACH gives me a look for saying that as he whips Sammy Guevara to the corner.
Look at that.
But he gets her first.
Look at the momentum that Sammy got on that whip, though.
Boot to the face. Sends him back into the middle of the ring.
Ducks a shot. He's got the waist lock.
Go behind. Albert breaks it with an elbow, creating a low center of gravity.
Sammy, though, still has that clutch. He's holding on.
He's holding on to the tights. Crafty move. Rolls him back, does ACH.
Ducks a shot.
Oh, no,
oh,
German.
no.
Into
the corner.
Corner, there was nothing to absorb his velocity on that move. He hit the ropes.
Pulling him down to the center of the ring, and this could be it right here. He's got the leg hook.
1, 2.
No. The resiliency of ACH is unmatched by anyone in the world.
The elbow pads are down. Sammy Guevara doesn't know what to think. He's injured ACH. He's hurt ACH. He's done everything. What is it going to take? Oh, yeah, great. Shots to the stomach. Actually, that is a pretty smart thing to do at this juncture of the match. Trying to cause him to lose his wind with shots to the midsection. Very intelligent technique. Sammy Guevara.
Even with more power onto that shot.
Another slap to the sternum. Double slap. And ACH is powerless. There's nothing he can do but lay there.
Oh, God.
Ew. He spit in his face once again, spitting a mixture of saliva and blood in the face of ACH.
It is shocking me how, with all that ACH has put him through, how he can still be that cocky, and he can still be that arrogant.
And also that he can make spit at this point in the match. Usually, competitors are incredibly dehydrated, I can tell you from experience. And what is Sammy Guevara going to do? Go to the top rope here. He's going for the 630.
Could be that.
But he's out of position for that as Albert stops him on the top rope.
Scaling up to the second.
What could he be doing? These guys are taking it skyward. ACH runs back up there and grabs him again.
He's got a hold of him.
He's going for the clutch. Pushes him back, another great
But rolls through.
Look at
the ability of ACH!
Uranage slam from the top rope. From ACH, listen to this audience. They're explosive.
He took Sammy Guevara from one corner to the other.
Oh my God, I'm gonna lose my voice out here. Listen to the audience. That man right there that you can see front and center on camera in the leather vest, in the leather hat, the small, that man right there, you see he looks a little bit like a baked potato. That is George De La Isla. That is my sensei. That is the man who brought me into Texas wrestling. He's the one who helped out me into Texas wrestling. As I said, I am a classmate of ACH, of Albert Hardy.
And you have to think how...
And he's given the performance of a lifetime in this match against what I consider to be his equal, Sammy Guevara.
And you have to think, mentioning George, how proud George must feel seeing one of his students come this far.
Totally. And a big punch to the face by ACH.
And another shot.
But an open-handed strike by Sammy Guevara. Ooh.
And a straight kick right to the calf of Sammy Guevara.
Kick.
And another.
Right to the hip. These guys are picking their shots, sniping out those important spots with those kicks. Forms to the face. Maybe trying to get away from those kicks.
This is one of the hardest hitting contests we've seen in Inspire Pro, and that includes the Ray-Ro Chris Hero match. That may be topping it in the strength department.
Hey, referee Meatloaf, what are you doing? Those are rabbit punches. If this was MMA, this match would have been stopped.
But it is not MMA.
What's he
it
doing?
is professional wrestling,
Takes the elbow
and
drop.
ACH is about to show why he's the best at it.
Nope, ducks the kick. Sammy Guevara spinning. Powerbomb out of the corner.
Bomb!
A big buckle bomb by Sammy Guevara to ACH. But ACH gets him.
Just weary. Jackknife pin. Couldn't get all of it, though.
Again, not able to make the most of that pin. Now, what was that going to be? A Scorpion death drop?
Spins him out with that suplex.
A one-timer by Sammy Guevara. That's right. I said it. That's what he
He
did.
may be learning from our Inspire Pro champion, which is not a bad
Look
move.
here.
Look at that!
A shooting star leg drop, which found its mark right on the sternum of ACH.
But a kick out at 2. And this match has gone 20, 25 minutes. And Sammy Guevara, to bust something out like that, how much stamina does he have?
Look at the clock. How long has this match been going on? I feel like I have been talking for over 45 minutes, singing up the praises of both of these
And
men.
both these men are still able to go. Still able to give it their all.
The respect that I have for these two guys comes from being in the ring with both of them. They're both two of the finest athletes I've ever competed with. As I said, Sammy Guevara is a huge jerk. Let's not confuse that. ACH at times can be a huge jerk. But these two guys are given a match for not only these fans to appreciate, but all of us here in Texas wrestling.
Oh!
Looks like he's going for a senton, but he got stopped.
That is a way to counter.
He may have been going for a standing moonsault, but ACH kicked him right in the back of the head. Again. Aiming for the critical marks.
Oh, get him right in the jaw!
Another kick to the face. Brings him to the middle. Here it is, Spirit Bomb! 1, 2.
No!
Sammy Guevara just barely kicks out of the Spirit Bomb.
That has put so many men away, though.
Not yet, it's okay. ACH, these fans are getting behind him. They're telling him to never give up. I heard that from the crowd. Never give up. And I assure you that no matter what happens, guys, no matter what happens for ACH throughout these United States, throughout the world, he may get booked out of the galaxy. ACH, we don't know what his fate is.
He would be the first, and I would not doubt that one bit.
But no matter what happens, he loves everyone in this building. He loves everyone in Texas wrestling. He gives it his all. Sammy Guevara,
Booker T leg drop,
has been giving it to him this whole time. Sammy Guevara, no doubt, one of the rising stars.
For good reason. But ACH
Oh, no.
better be careful.
Don't!
Please be careful.
Don't do this! Under the bottom row!
Sends him into the third row with that long
Again?
guard.
One more? These fans want one more, ACH. The middle? You're gonna try your luck on the middle? Okay, Albert, but these ropes have gotten pretty bad.
Oh, but Sammy.
Kick to the face!
Yakuza right to the side of the head.
And Albert, out of the ring, my friend, my classmate, may be bested here by Sammy Guevara. But he gets in the ring. Mirror image.
Oh, big spear!
Spear! He's going up. Oh,
Isaiah Ryder splash!
Amazing! Roll over, where it goes.
1, 2,
two.
No!
And referee Meatloaf holding up the sign of 2. It was only a 2 count.
How many men have one with the spirit bomb?
None.
Second with
None.
the Isaiah Ryder splash.
I know what you're going to ask, and the answer is none. I have never seen anyone survive this onslaught from ACH. I certainly haven't, and I've taken him on a number of times. ACH he's holding his hands up to the sky. He's drawing energy from the earth, from the citizens of the earth, and from the fans in this building, from all the fans of Texas Independent Wrestling, from every wrestler, everyone who said that he couldn't do it, everyone he's ever worked with, everyone he's ever known, anyone he's ever loved, anyone he's ever hated. He's drawing the power for what could be the Spirit Bomb.
Can he get Sammy
He goes
up
one arm,
there?
2 arms. This could be it.
He's got it hooked. But can he power him?
No, ACH isn't able to get him up. Unable to keep his grip. Sammy Guevara backs him to the ropes and
That's an evade.
out.
That's a way to invade it.
The duck.
And
a super
kick.
Another super kick. And another super kick.
Third.
Okay, Sammy, what you got?
I would clear the way.
That was a great
right
save.
now.
Sammy Guevara looks like he's ducking to the east side of the ring. He's going to the top rope.
This could be seriously dangerous.
Fans, move out of the way. We don't know what is going to happen. George, get out of the way, George. George. Sammy going to the top rope. He's hurt. He may not be able to get it.
Oh my God!
Shooting star press. All right, boys.
by JoJo Bravo.
A shooting star press. And I would like to remind the fans here tonight that just because Brandon Stroud did it, there's no need for gratuitous cursing. Sammy Guevara ascends the top rope once again. Could be going for that 630.
Oh,
he's losing his
be
balance.
careful. 630. God!
He missed it.
No water in the pool, and this is ACH's chance.
He ducked a kick. Schoolboy. 1, 2. That could be it. Schoolboy. Oh, cut him. Kick to the head.
And a super kick.
A super kick. A super kick.
Glanced him with that one. Big slap.
Big slap to the face. Big slap to the face.
Crap for the exam.
And he holds it for the big 1, 2, 3.
And that is it.
With the move given to him by one JT LaMotta, ACH wins with the cram for the exam. One of the finest matches we have ever seen in Inspire Pro Wrestling history.
Even with a loss, Sammy Guevara should feel nothing but pride. To hang with a man like ACH is not an easy feat, but Sammy Guevara has just done it!
Oh, Sammy, please. Come back, please. 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 Share the ring with me, please. I can touch you. You're probably upset, but please, share the ring with me. Come on.
Been like 6-8 years. I've always been here. So for me to say that I'm taking like a little break, I really don't know when it's gonna happen. Can't tell you guys. I just want you guys to be prepared for the future. So, but I mean, we all knew that the day would come that you guys would have to share me with the rest of the world. So
But, you know, as long as there is blood flowing through, this Texas heart will always keep pumping. And you guys are the blood cells that pump through my body every day. Every day. Calm down, calm down. That's a big thing, ladies and gentlemen. Andre, man, big birthday, you know. But Sammy, I really would like to do kind of a cliche. I mean, I guess a code of honor, I guess you guys call it that. So, please, I would really appreciate it if you could do me the honor and all these fans an honor.
Wait. Hold up, before that. You want me to shake your hand?
Don't be an asshole.
Is that what you just want? You want me to shake your hand? Alright. Look. You're leaving Texas. And when you come back, I want you to know. I want you to know that you're gonna beg to get in the ring with me again. You're gonna get on your knees and you're gonna ask the promoter to please give me a rematch with Sammy. Because when you're gonna be away, I'm gonna do something that none of these people think I can do that you think I can't do. I'm gonna do something unheard of. And I will prove that I am the best ever. But you want to shake my hand? Sure. Fuck you!
I'm not trying to be a part of the leader here. Right. Give it up for ACA.
is time for your main event of the evening. The following match is a singles match scheduled for one fall for the Inspire Pro Championship. Introducing first, to my right, representing the center of perfection, from Long Island, New York, weighing in at 275 pounds. He is the Bionic Beast, Franco D'Angelo. To my left, from Jersey City, New Jersey, weighing in at 225 pounds. He is your Inspire Pro champion, one man, Mike Dell.
And it is time for the main event of the evening. We've had a series of amazing contests here in Inspire Pro, but nothing means more than the first defense of the Inspire Pro Championship. One man, Mike Dell, going head to head with the Bionic Beast, Franco D'Angelo. Franco offering a sign of respect. I don't know. I doubt Dell would believe that after the things that transpired after Dell won that championship last month, as the power of Franco sending Dell into the corner. Look at him just peel Mike Dell over.
You know, Eamon, that's what we're going to see throughout this whole match. It's going to be power versus whatever Mike Dell has to throw.
He needs to
at this
find
guy,
something.
because he's going to have to find something. You know, he's not the champion for no reason.
Right, absolutely. Went through so many men to finally get to that championship match last month and then winning it over Davey Vega and Jordan Jensen in a spectacular contest. Mike Dell deserves the Inspire Pro Championship. There's no doubt about it. But Franco, before he won the #1 contendership in that four-way, made it very clear he didn't come back after 2 years of rehab for sympathy. He came back because he wants to be the best. He wants to be Inspire Pro champion, and if that means taking off Mike Dell, that's what he's going to have to do. Mike Dell now whipping Franco off, but then now again the strength of Franco.
That's going to be a recurring theme right there. You know, Dell's got to find some way to combat that.
I noted it in the #1 contenders match, but Franco D'Angelo has not lost a step. This man is more powerful and therefore more dangerous than ever. Look at that with one arm. He did that to JoJo Bravo last month, and that's 1 feat, but that's not Mike. That JoJo Bravo is not one man Mike Dell. In for a quick cover, but only a count of 2.
You know, when you're the champion and you've got that belt, it's going to take a lot to put you down. And, you know, I'm interested to see how Mike Dell combats this right now.
Because he's not only combating the strength of Franco D'Angelo, he's combating the fact that, you know, him and Franco were close friends for the longest time. So they know each other inside and out. And Franco knows a lot about Mike Dell, so that's just another, you know, aspect that he has to his advantage. Dell ducks under, very signature Mike Dell.
That's what Dell's going to have to do. He's going to have to use the speed to his advantage.
Duck of a clothesline. Big drop kick, but it doesn't take Franco down. It's going to take a lot more than that. Maybe they're scaling to the top turnbuckle now. And there's a drop kick, and yes, that does take Franco down. In for the cover. Now the question I have to ask you, Greg, based on these two's history, they've been close friends for so long, but of course of what happened last month, and of the recovery that Franco has made, you know, since being in that horrible car accident. If you are Mike Dell in this situation, do you exploit those past injuries?
Exactly. Yes, exactly. You know, and Franco D'Angelo has made no bones about what his exact injuries are. So you know his weaknesses, you know? It's you know what? Actually, it's his whole body.
Yeah, absolutely.
The head, the knees, the ribs.
Absolutely. And Franco has made it clear that it's for the belt. He wants that championship. He wants that prestige. He wants to be back on top like he was in 2010, 2011. But then there's that man, Matthew Palmer, on the outside who made it very clear that it's personal between him and Mike Dell. Something has set Matthew Palmer off where he wants to not only take the championship belt off of Dell and bring it into his camp, but he wants to embarrass Dell. I don't know what the motivation and the reasoning as to why Matthew Palmer believes this, but it's very strong.
You know, exactly. And the thing with Matthew Palmer is he's got his agenda.
Yeah.
And right now, overtly, you think that his agenda is to embarrass Dell, to punish Dell. But I don't know if he can be trusted. I don't know if Franco can trust him.
Oh, be careful. Matthew Palmer.
Coming to the aid of his friend.
Franco just got wiped out on the floor. Referee Mike Knoxville trying to... And Dell's enjoying it. That smile on Dell's face is probably... Oh!
Dell not forgetting the history. He's got some beef with Palmer as well, and it's
That
coming out right now.
That smile on Dell's face may have been even bigger than when he won the championship.
But, you know, Dell's got to be careful here not to be distracted.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a big component in this match is can he keep his focus on Franco D'Angelo?
Right.
And he's got to. Look at Franco. You're talking 280, 290 pounds of pure muscle.
Franco rolling back into the ring as Dell is on that top turnbuckle. He's already gone to the air once. Oh, maybe a Hurricane Rana. I've never seen that out of Dell, but Franco, look at the strength with that power bomb. And this could be it. In their cover, but a kick out at 2 by Mike Dell. And Palmer enjoyed that. It's almost in a sense that in the route to embarrassing Mike Dell and in the route to punishing Mike Dell, he's using Franco as that tool, in a sense, to almost do his bidding. I mean, Franco's got a mind of his own, and he's got intentions, and he's got reasons for why he's doing what he's doing. But Palmer's loving this because it's punishing Mike Dell, and he doesn't have to lift a finger.
Shall we say living vicariously through
Absolutely.
Franco D'Angelo?
Quite possibly.
Nice boot there.
Nice bulldog. But can Dell get the advantage? Rolls him over. Possibly going for the Delbo. Something this early may be interesting. It's a Palmer. Oh, but he strikes with a Delbo. Oh, Franco's able to kick out. Not many people would go down the Delbo.
You know the key to this is it's just too early.
I
know Franco's not fresh, but he's too fresh for that.
But Matthew Palmer with that distraction that and Mike Knoxville just got nailed.
He did, and that chair caught a piece of his head. Palmer in on the action now.
And now Palmer can get in on it. Big power slam.
And is Franco going to the top?
I have not seen this before. And what's Palmer? What? No way. Centerfold splash on the shoulders of Franco D'Angelo. The hiding got out. Oh wait, James Claxton's out. Just a boot right to the side of the head. And Robert Evans.
This is getting interesting.
It's getting the levels of involvement that all these men have. You know, Dell made it known in the beginning he needed backup. He knows, you know, that he was down a man basically. And I think Claxton may have given him that backup and even the score. Oh! I think he was possibly going for that silencer, but I think Dell caught Franco with a facebuster as well. And oh wait, there's Samantha Ann, a woman who, and this was being talked about a great deal. She's managed in different companies, both Franco and Mike, and the question was going to be where she decide. And she's getting into the ring. I mean,
exactly, and we may have our answer right here. one answer I know is the question of does she squat? And apparently, yes, indeed, she squats.
What is it? It looks like she's handing. She's got a chain and she's handing it to Franco. And she's willing. I don't know if her intentions have been vocalized, but giving that chain to Franco D'Angelo may have given us a big hint. Oh wait, JoJo's out! And JoJo just took the chain!
Matthew Palmer recognizes what's going on.
Palmer just got nailed! We're back to even again, Greg.
Exactly. And
the
referee is still down.
But this, yeah.
Where's the ref?
This could be up, but there's no referee.
There's no ref to make the count.
He's got that count, but he's out. That shot with the chair really took a lot out of Mike Knoxville. Dow able to kick out at 2, and that's what. God, if Mike Knoxville wasn't incapacitated, that could have been it.
Exactly.
We would have had a new Inspire Pro champion in Mike Dell's first defense. And Franco
is incensed.
Adele, springboard, roll up, and that's it!
It's
he
over.
Got it!
Just like that!
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and still Inspire Pro champion, one man, Mike Dell!
Mike Dell, by hook or by crook, is still your Inspire Pro champion, a successful first defense. And to overcome the center of perfection, you definitely have to give an A to 1 James Claxton and 2 JoJo Bravo.
You know, the bottom line, Eamon, is Mike Dell is successful. In his first title defense, he's successful.
We know now, next April 27th, it'll be Mike Dell versus Unholy Gregory James.
Exactly, Unholy Gregory James earning his shot at that title. So you're exactly right. Mike Dell defending his championship against Unholy Gregory James.
Looks like the center of perfection will have to re-strategize because Mike Dell reigns victorious. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us at Inspire Pro Wrestling's Light the Fuse.